Okay, so on the road again, which is where we find you guys. On the road again, between the towns of Curthia and Combrink, as you guys head to the south in your mission to destroy Menador Keep in order to cut off the primary land route between the Chelish Heartlands and Greater Ravenel. Passing through Curthia was a relatively uneventful endeavor, but as you were traipsing down the river towards Combrink, you encountered a rampage of river drakes. And you guys set the cart aside for a bit and decided to look into this because you'd heard, passing through Curthia and White Rock, that some of the drake attacks in Ravenel have been on the rise lately, and half a dozen of them just waddling around in the river seems like it might have been a little dangerous. And then the monkeys happened.
A cube of monkeys.
Yeah, so those drakes didn't last very long against all of you guys and your summoned horde of chaos-causing monkeys. And with that, you guys are about a day out from Combrink. So, on your last day of travel before reaching the town, what do you guys do?
I'm sure Boarris is playing his banjo like a very much like zoom in like plucky theme like bum bum blum blum blum.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
It's not
Why?
easy being big.
I'm just it's Rainbow Connection, but every now and then jumping into a metal like why are there so many?
Oh no, I don't have my pencil.
Sugtok, your songs are.
Oh yes, I
I
do.
feel like you're on the verge of really creating a new sound. Is this just inspired by the road, or where does this come from?
I don't know, man. There's some kind of special connection in my mind.
I feel like we're all on the verge of losing our lunch.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And that's why I've been bringing along fruit, Kyra says.
Well, those berries have been delicious, Kyra.
Happy to help.
Sorry, what was the area like? Is it because it looks a little drier out here? Or
I told you guys last time that basically the way that the coloration works is it's the flatter coastal areas, and then the brown area represents mountainous foothills. And despite the fact that Ravenel Forest is there on the map, just as like a big blob of trees, it does not mean that's the only trees there. There are still plenty of foliage throughout the rest of it because you guys are traveling like trees along the riverbank. That's just the biggest concentration of it.
Trees along the riverbank.
So it's sort of hilly terrain. It's maybe sparsely, it's does the river form more of like a valley, or is it more like it's because we're out of the floodplains of what would be by the coast?
Yeah. At this point, it's not exactly valley-ish yet, but there is starting to be a bit more of a steepness getting between you and the river. Although it couldn't be like when you guys fought the drakes, it was relatively like bank, river, bank. But now there's maybe like 2 or 3 foot drop depending on where you are. Sometimes sometimes it gets less, sometimes it gets more. But it is starting to actually you're starting to notice like verticality in the river.
And have we had mostly good weather for traveling?
You have had overcast days and maybe small little spritz of drizzles, but primarily it's just been damp and a little bit windy at the moment.
Right. It's pretty hot. I'm assuming Eritis is summer.
Yeah. It's windy, but on the days where there's cloud cover, it's that that's the wind that feels relatively nice. But when the clouds aren't out, it's that warm wind that comes through as summer rolls around.
Okay.
I hate that shit. As we're passing by, I look at the mountain off in the distance, and I do that joke from Naked Gun 2.5 where I go, everywhere I go, something reminds me of her. And I look over the left, and there's two boob-shaped mountains huddled in the
Flickie,
middle
you
of all the
don't
other
always
mountains.
have to be talking about your mother.
And to be fair, and they're not that far off.
Hey,
the
man, she had
distance.
big boobs.
I mean, you guys are at this point. You guys are pretty much traveling parallel to the mountain range. Like
Because I
Dylan,
used to have a-
Dylan, think about like the mountains
Sick.
when we would drive to Mount Whitney. They're like that close for like a long stretch of it.
Okay, I got you.
Really pretty country out here.
Not very safe. These hills provide an area where we could be ambushed at any point on the road. I don't like it.
Well,
Well, then let's keep our eyes on the skies.
Don't worry, if anything happens, Allah handle it and transform the loot that I've been playing on into a battle axe.
are you?
Was that a name?
Allah
What was that
is
sound?
the code word that you have to say to this loot to transform it into an axe.
Yeah, it's
I
like
just
when,
haven't used it. No, it's not as strong as a falchion, but
Yeah,
it's a fun
it's-
fucking thing. to
it's
do.
like whenever I shout "Argot!" Ah, Jesus Christ!
Who?
Oh right, sorry. That just back here.
Yeah,
Icar,
there's
do you
no
have
reason
any
on Earth
special
for
words
shit.
you can shout to power up?
I don't think any
Yeah.
of my items have command words.
Oh, he's got 3. Takes out his knife. Right behind you.
He pulls out his knife and goes, "It's a
The
me."
only thing that I would have would be this, and Icar will sort of fish out the pipes of the sewers. If I remember the tune that that imp was playing.
Yes, you were able to play a.
You know, and it plays the sad flute solo from Titanic.
Oh my god.
Dylan, I thought you were about to do the fucking Jurassic Park thing again.
Dude, in my brain, that's where it was going.
So, you know, with the playing, I don't know if there are any rats within 400 feet.
Make me a perception check.
There have to be rats within
I
4.
don't
bet
have
my
to
hawk-
because if there are any, they're going to be here in at least 8 or 9 rounds.
Are we on the road?
Wait, why?
Are we like rolling in the cart right now?
Yeah.
So are the rats gonna go to where they heard the song and there's just gonna be a bunch of rats in the road down the road?
Well, if any rats show up, you'll see.
That's pretty metal.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I pull on the reins and stop the
Wait,
cart. And I'm like, I
okay,
want to see
wait. I
this.
don't want to hold up too long. How long are we gonna wait for these rats? Also, we're in the middle of the
About
road.
2 minutes.
They'll go around.
I'm a wizard. We'll be fine.
Okay. Guys, I want
Do
you
you,
to know.
do you
Sorry,
see
I got.
anyone? Do you
I got-
see anyone who's trying to pass us?
Presently, no, but perception
No.
check for the rats.
yeah, but
How
there's no
curious
traffic
are we
change.
about making sure that this rat summoning thing summons rats?
Extremely.
Well,
Tib'resh, who are you talking
Sugtok
to?
can
I'm
literally.
sorry,
summon a
I just
cube
got
of
crushed by
monkeys.
a cube of monkeys the other day, and I
I-
want to make
I-
sure we don't have any more crushing swarms of things in
I-
mishaps.
I apologized for that, Tib'resh.
I don't think
I didn't.
Rats.
I
Trust
thought the monkeys would be cool to my friends,
No,
but
They
they
were
were not
travel
cool
Not
to
to
us.
I was almost drowned while I was trying to drown that drake that can't be drowned because it's a water drake.
But
Oh, and all their
it was
feet
pretty
feel
cool,
like hands.
right?
It was an experience.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Icar?
Who?
Hey, he's in Tenebrae mode right now.
Right. I have no idea. Tenebrae, what did you think of the monkeys?
They were obnoxious, efficient, useful, but obnoxious.
All right, all I'm hearing is everyone loves the monkeys.
And they smell really bad on fire.
All I'm hearing is all of these descriptors could also apply to Flickie.
Right. I do want to be
Flickie, you
clear.
Yeah.
liked the monkeys, right?
I
All
love
right,
the monkeys. Big
Flickie
fan.
agrees with me. The monkeys
Team
are
monkey.
great.
I want to be
Of the-
clear on something. I
Yeah,
want to be
high
clear on
five,
something
Sugtok.
morally as these monkeys burst into flame. They're summoned. They are not conscious beings necessarily. Are you bringing them in from another plane?
Tib'resh.
Or is it like
I want to put
fairly
my hand on
untrained thing?
Tibresh's shoulder and say,
And summon a bunch of monkeys.
absolutely fine. You shouldn't worry about it.
Make me a sense motive check.
It's just an illusion.
Doesn't Tim have really good sense motive shit?
We met.
No!
Illusion. Hold on.
It's meet or beat against the defender.
Illusion. And I'm
Wait,
gonna
just
gallant
rock, paper,
inspire my
scissors. You
beloved.
guys were in the same room.
Nope. He gallant inspirationed himself to make himself more believable.
Okay, but that just makes it even more suspicious. He's like, it's an
Illusion,
illusion.
Michael.
You see him casting magic on himself.
It's not a trick. Tricks are for whores.
Yeah,
It's an
Tib'resh,
illusion.
you're fairly confident that you felt these damn monkeys, but some of the magic that Flickie has been casting conjures things out of nothing
Yeah.
too.
Okay. I mean,
It's
all
not
right,
it's not a trick.
So those monkeys didn't have families.
that makes me feel better.
Yeah, Luke, were these monkeys like in actuality pulled from like just another realm of existence? Are these just like Zoo Atlanta monkeys
Like the
that
monkey
disappeared,
realm?
got pulled into this
the
reality
Batman
and are
Ninja
rampaging?
universe.
Let me
I made
read.
that reference last time. Sorry.
Let me read the spell, and I will get back to you on that.
Just zoos across the continental United States. Like, where the fuck did all our monkeys go?
Well, Tib'resh, as far as he's concerned, is relatively.
All right. Have the rats come up to the cart yet? I'm getting ready to roll out.
No, nobody's rolled to see if they see any, because rats are a lot smaller than monkeys.
What? We would notice a bunch of rats? Okay, all right. I'll roll to see if I
the
notice
rats
rats.
would be following the pipe's commands, and so I'm commanding them to make themselves.
What do I have
Yeah,
to...
how does the flute work? It just calls rats.
What am I rolling right
All
now?
right, Tib'resh, frustrated with
Perception.
all this, sticks his head around the cart and looks behind.
Based on the way it's described,
Oh,
it
perception.
looks like you just pluck a bunch of monkeys out. Also, Dillon, delay.
Yeah, I'm just pulling monkeys from random forests.
Wow, I had like a 2 or 3 second delay on Dillon.
That's why they're so like incredibly pissed.
Yeah, they were chilling in the forest.
Okay,
Every one of these
well, Tib'resh-
monkeys was actively mating when they were pulled.
Tib'resh doesn't know that, and for the record, if he finds out, not
Well,
good, because
you'll
you guys
never
set
find
those
out.
monkeys on fire with incidental spells. You
Listen.
forced monkeys, actual monkeys, into flames.
I didn't
Wait, those
realize
were
they
real monkeys?
Yeah, they're pulled from somewhere else in the world. We just found out. Luke looked it up. I
Yikes,
feel
so I
less
just-
good
I
about
killed
some of
monkeys with
what happened
families.
last week.
Yeah, that
Like,
makes the fireball a little bit
There's
less
a
funny.
bunch of really confused orphan monkeys somewhere.
Although I'm guessing your delay is worse. if
Well,
you're
hey
responding
man,
to
I'm
them
still
this
Team
quickly.
Monkey.
I still love the spell. Holy shit, Lauren, this looks amazing. Sorry, should have muted.
It's okay.
Dude,
Anyway.
those fucking quesadilla things we had last time, bro. Oh my god.
But anyway,
Oh my god.
with those perception checks, there is some rustling in the grass and some of the underbrush, it seems like a couple of rodents are approaching the cart from various angles. One of them is approaching the cart by a bush, and all of a sudden, just it gets grabbed by a snake.
I want to
We
try
should
to
leave.
capture one of
That's
One
a
of the
bad
mice.
omen.
And
Still alive.
while another one's running up, Tim the Pimp swings off and goes and scoops it up for some snack for himself.
Some hearty
got a
eats
bird.
for my boy.
I guess we could always summon dinner if we needed.
There's another couple of rats that show up basically at the base of Big Sebastian's hoof, and they're just sitting there listening to the music going.
Well, this was fruitful. I crack the reins and we get moving again.
Does it charm them? What's happening, or
I don't know if it counts as I don't think it's described as a charm effect, but let me check.
Could we get them to sing like Alvin and the Chipmunks?
like Snow White?
It's a conjuration. The spell used in the pipes it's made with conjuration magic, but they do obey telepathic commands. I don't know, because you can't really charm creatures that don't have a substantial intelligence modifier. You just sort of tell them what to do. But yeah.
But the long and short of it is right now, unlike in the sewers, the last place this item was used, against you guys, I might add, there's not that many rodents within earshot out here right now. You got a small handful of them, and two of them
We should keep that for next time we go into a sewer, though.
It's pretty neat, but maybe another time. A dirtier time.
You can't use that out here.
We will have those.
But also,
But we shouldn't use this for dirty time.
But also, Tib'resh, you rolled a 37 on your perception check. While you're busy looking around for rats, while you're busy scanning the area around, there's something that catches your eye off to the west. It looks like a faint rising plume of smoke. Tim.
And we're heading west, right?
Yeah, well, relatively. Guys, there's something going on. Sorry, is it black smoke? Is it wood burning? Is it town burning? Is it a significant plume?
It seems significant, but you're catching it over the top of a rise. So you're seeing a hill, and then there's smoke.
Okay, who is driving the cart?
Flickie is the one who pulled the reins, so...
Okay, I slapped Flickie on the shoulder urgently. Hey, there's something coming up. Everybody, we might need to get ready. Something doesn't look okay up here.
There's something coming up.
You guys see
I
the
put on my wizard sunglasses and I say, we better get this party started.
Let's get it started in hot. Let's get it started in here. And I'm going to bore up.
Speaking
Alright,
of hot,
alright.
guys, there's some
Let's
smoke
roll.
coming up over the ridge. And I urge Flickie to speed up.
Yeah, let's go.
Can I cast? No, it's a waste. I could cast haste on the horses if you guys want to get zipping.
I don't think it's that dangerous. I think we'll be fine. I would save your
That's
magic
what I
for
was
whatever
thinking.
may be causing that
But
smoke.
imagining us hauling ass over the hill. Probably.
It would end in our demise, I'm sure. Well, how long does it take to get to the smoke?
Well, as you top...
Suggesting we're moving at a speed of book it.
Yeah. Well, as you top the rise, you can see that the column of smoke appears to be further off in the distance, and based on both your map and just eyeballing it, you would assume this smoke is coming from Combrink. And based on the size, you would assume it's
Oh
probably
no, that's where we're going, right?
at least like 2 or 3 houses worth.
Oh, goodness. Well, I think we should get to the city and see if we can help. It's on our way.
A good old-fashioned saving a burning village.
There's going to be more burning by the time we get there.
I hate to say it, but there may be a fight with this fire. We might be firefighters.
Well, that's why they should learn never bring
So
a gun to
confused
a
about
magic fight.
What you guys are trying to get at.
Hold up my
So-
fingers like finger guns. And I'm like, magic fucker.
Okay. I will note that it's not like you guys are like 5 minutes away. It seems like you're still several hours away from the village at this point.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then, let's keep going.
We will, we will attempt to get to the village as fast as possible without abusing our animals. Our cart as well. I just realized we will have to think about the quality of. So we go at a healthy pace, but we should probably, talk about this. What do we know that's going on in the area? We do know it's not the best of times around.
Well, they said there've been like more dragon and drake attacks and stuff. Fire burning buildings. I mean,
I thought there was.
Maybe it's more
Drakes
dragons.
are intelligent enough. I doubt that they don't have anything to gain by attacking a settlement.
Fair enough. Then let's go. Let's just go find out ourselves.
Okay.
Can you get us there any faster?
Yeah, is there a way to swift?
I don't know. Let's ask Big Seb. I pet my horse and I'm like, "You got one more in you, old boy. I know you got one more in you." And I lean down and I tell him to go fast. And it fucking Big Seb and the Deuce take off like they've never taken off before.
Make me a handle animal check.
I will break into a song of marching.
That'll
Or-
help.
Bro, we're gonna be running.
Yeah.
All right, roll for a what now? Handle animal.
Yep.
All right. That leaves me with a cool 19.
Sorry, I only heard teen. You got a little tinny there for a second. I only heard teen again.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
19.
Okay. Yeah, that along with the Song of Marching, and they take off at a brisker pace. You guys are starting to bump up and down in the cart a little bit. But at this pace, you guys should get to the outskirts of town in about an hour and a half.
Well, all right. I'm just gonna make sure we don't crash.
Can I just do a quick delay test for me right now, just because I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page? Because I noticed I forgot to do this before we started.
Showing up.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Garrett, delay.
Check.
Roger, delay.
Check.
Dillon, delay. Tim, delay.
Middle.
Okay, we're all good. All right. So you guys are going along, and the sun is starting to go down. You're starting to reach that point where the sky's starting to get a bit orange, but it's not exactly like twilight yet. But you do come to town, and it is easy to tell that it seems about half the town is ablaze. But you're not going to get any finer details from this far out.
Thank you. Come on.
You said we're an hour and a half out still?
No, by the time it takes you an hour and a half to get to the outskirts, and then you see what I just described.
Okay.
Hey,
Flickie, can Tim look around?
And when I say half the village, I don't mean like the left half of the village. I mean like of the grand total buildings, it seems like half of them are ablaze, but scattered around in groups and pockets.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Tim Butterfly Sky style to have him kind of sketch it out and then come back and tell me what he saw.
I'll be right back.
What's the deal on the streets? Are people running and screaming, or is there no one in town? Have they left? Tried to evacuate?
It does not seem that like there's that much screaming, but you do hear raised.
No one's
voices.
left their house in days. They're all watching that Animal Crossing Pharaoh Cat Girl video.
I really hope you guys prepared some water spells or something. Let's find someone who seems to know what's going on in the town, or also we could look at tracks on the ground, see what ran through here.
Also, we wait for the hawk to come back and tell me what he saw, so we don't go in guns blazing, and then we get fucked.
It's just so much of it is burned already.
Well, he's a hawk. He can see a lot more than we can. In fact, he should be done scouting and coming back soon.
It's gonna take him a couple minutes.
Okay. Well, then,
If you
fuck.
if you just want to wait till he gets back or continue discussing, that's up to you.
How far off the river is this little place?
There is a small part of it that's on the river, but if I was to like kind of shape it like a thumbs down, there's like a port area for like fishing, but most of it's further inland.
Okay. Damn. Okay, well, it doesn't seem like there's a good way to move some water. I want to find someone to talk to and see what's going on. But I'm also scared of getting engaged, so someone want to come with me and talk to one of the townsfolk?
It's about this time that Tim the Pimp returns.
I'll go, sure.
And
Oh.
alights on a branch nearby, or alights on, I suppose, on the side of the cart.
Okay, what does he got for me?
It seems like there's quite a few of those individuals wearing that intimidating black armor.
Highlights.
Yeah, it looked
It's not good.
it looked like an entire company of them.
Damn.
Mm.
What is the approximate
Well,
size of a company?
Good job,
They're
dude.
too far from the city to be ordered the torrent.
No, they don't look anything like Octavio's armor. They look like the ones at the dog housing. They look like Order of the Rack.
Well, I think
I'm
we know.
assuming that.
Which,
I'm
to be
guessing
fair,
that
is
the
being
boat is
is being routed through Flickie, by the way.
right. Well, if they're Order of the Rack, that makes them our enemy.
Yeah. Order the rack is straight to attack.
Yeah, I'm
Right
good
on
to
site.
go on these
Well,
guys.
let's creep up. Let's creep up into the town and set ourselves up before we just go balls to the wall in here.
We should get an assessment because I don't know how big this city is. Town, village.
But based on what you saw on your way in, it looks like it was roughly about the same like population as Kurthia, just shaped a bit differently.
So not a huge place.
Yeah. But the hawk also goes, "Are you sure? I saw quite a few of them."
Well, let's just go poke our heads up and see what's going on.
We might want to. Let's
We
not.
could just.
I hate
We
saying
could also
this,
just
but, like,
leave.
We
Let's-
might have to avoid this.
My suggestion is that we bring the cart close enough that we can stash it behind one of these hills, and we'll send someone to get a closer look at what's going on. I think among those of us who are here, I am probably the least likely to be caught, especially if I have Kyra by my side.
It's a fair assessment.
That makes sense.
I've
Okay.
messed up in that before.
Yeah, I'm not good at subtlety.
As you say this, Kyra is jumps onto the bench next to you already in her fox form.
We'll go in. Is there an appropriate place nearby where we could move the cart behind a hill so it's not directly visible from the village?
Make me a survival check.
I've never survived in my entire life.
I wouldn't mind finding a good vantage point as well.
Would anyone else like to make a survival check?
You're fairly certain that breaking line of sight will prevent it from being seen. Where the hell are we going to do that?
I mean, shit. I got a 16.
That was 16?
17.
17.
Don't you have a decent survival, Tib'resh? I was about to say it's a wisdom skill.
It's
So
6.
your wisdom is
And,
pretty big,
Yeah, not big enough yet.
very very wise.
What Tib'resh is able to find several like large shrubs that most of the cart would be able to hide behind, but part of it would still be sticking out over the top, unless covered.
This might be the best we could do in terms of how much time we got, fellas.
Honestly, the bigger concern is the horses, because the horses are very obviously like neck and shoulders above these bushes.
I find a horse-shaped bush.
Make me a perception check.
Plus 6 is 22.
You do not find a horse-shaped bush big enough to cover up Big Sebastian.
I look for a large cow-shaped bush.
You don't find one of those
Even
either.
better. Well, no, even worse. 21. Damn. Well, I'm out of ideas, guys.
Hold on. I want to walk up to Big Sebastian and pat him on the neck and say, "Can you squat down for me, buddy?"
Are you doing a speak with animals thing or handle? Okay, so you're asking him to stoop.
Yeah, I'm like, "Kneel, please. Just stay down." And I'm gonna look over at Deuce, expectant.
Did you guys teach Big Sebastian heal as one of his commands?
He's combat trained, isn't he?
Yeah, I know, but his
Didn't we
heal.
spend 2 weeks combat training him?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Combat training.
Yeah, dude, I got that horse all whipped into shape, bro.
Okay. Yeah, with a 24, you can get Big Sebastian to stoop down large enough that from a distance people shouldn't notice him, unless he starts making noise.
Is Deuce gonna follow suit because he's an animal, or do I need to make a check for him?
Make a check for him too.
Damn it! All right,
Deuce
sit your ass
follows.
down, Deuce.
Deuce follows suit, although just
Good
kind of
boy.
standing behind Big Sebastian is usually enough for him. There's not a horse-shaped bush for Deuce, but there is a larger horse-shaped horse.
Yeah, Big Sebastian's a big motherfucker.
Do they seem like? Do they look well obscured to us? Are we comfortable?
I mean, we should be fine. If someone comes to try and yank them, they'll peace out. We've untied them.
Yes. And I will point out that these bushes are a significant distance from the road. They're not like lining the road. You guys have gone a little off-road for this.
So do we have like a dummy knot tied to where it's kind of holding them in place well enough? But if they need to get away, they can.
I will let your 2 above 20 handle animal checks factor that into your check.
Sweet.
1 for each horse.
It's a previously useless skill I've trained the shit out of.
Okay.
We're in the foothills. Is there a vantage point that I can find for the town, the nearby, or on some rooftops?
Make me a
I don't
survival.
know.
Make me a survival check.
Survival.
At least your wisdom. I am untrained in survival. I have a 1 wisdom modifier.
Flickie,
What's up?
10 minutes. If Kyra and I are not back, send Tim to find us.
Okay.
And
Twice
Tib'resh,
century.
you are also able to find a rocky outcropping that gives you what you would begrudgingly consider a vantage point for the immediate area.
I'm so nervous right now, y'all.
All right.
I wouldn't mind giving them places to avoid if they haven't seen the city from a proper height. If they want to sneak through.
Roger, make me a perception check right quick.
Okay.
Yeah, even you don't know where Kyra is right now.
That's the plan.
All right.
Damn.
We will we'll begin approaching the town if we can, sort of avoiding the main lines of entry. If there's some buildings that are spaced out so that we can approach the buildings without necessarily being visible from the town center.
Yeah, sure. You do. And while you wend your way through the outskirts of town, like stooping under or through or over some fences that some of the different abodes have, you do find your way over towards where the action seems to be centered, and in the middle of what you would assume to be town square at this point, you can see what looks like at least 36 Hell Knights who are in the process of getting together a group of civilians. It seems like they're rounding them up for the sake of prisoners amidst the backdrop of burning villages. And you notice that one of the burning houses has what appears to be a crudely drawn representation of the Silver Raven's insignia on it.
Oh shit!
Oh no, those pizza porters.
Does it look like there is any sort of active conversation going on? You know, does it look like there's a group of Hell Knights who might be talking or giving orders that would allow us to ascertain a better evaluation of what's going on here?
Make me a perception check.
Luke really said nothing is free tonight.
Yeah, you can see one Hell Knight who's wearing what you would assume to be Paralictor armor, which is a bit more robust and fancy than the rest of the already, strikingly visually impressive Hell Knight armor. But you're a bit too far away, and there's a bit too much sound of burning buildings for you to make out what the conversation is. But this commander is on horseback and is currently addressing a group of about 5 Hell Knights off on the other side of the town square, while the rest of them are busy starting to line these prisoners up in like a chain line.
Okay. Damn, if only Kyra's around, I would tell her to get a better listen. Icar will sort of put his hand up in a motion where if Kyra might be paying attention to him, it would indicate that he would like her to, pay attention to this, and then he'll signal towards those. Do you want me to make I
already did.
A bluff check for innuendo?
Well, you can make the check if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I mean that's well, I don't know if that's a Pathfinder thing. I know in 3.5 the bluff skill is what you use
to convey intention using like hand signals.
Yeah, convey intention using hand signals.
Yeah, but after you do your motions, you're not sure if Kyra saw them or not, but you're hoping that she did. While you're waiting for her to, in theory, carry this out, what are you doing in the meantime? And your entire approach to the village to get to this position took about 3 minutes, as far as your 10-minute timer is concerned.
Right. There doesn't happen to be a nearby building that is, that's not being occupied that he might be able to go into. Maybe start searching someone's possessions to see if they're, I don't know if there's any indication that what these villagers have been up to, why they would paint on Silver Raven. He's gonna snoop inside one of their houses.
The building you're currently next to appears to be something of a small storehouse, like you would say perhaps a granary.
Right. That building full of grans?
Is there a building maybe within one or two buildings that looks more like a residence or a town hall?
You can see what looks like a general store, which is not ablaze, and the town hall appears to be across the square, also not ablaze.
Okay, we'll go into the general store. We'll snoop around there for about a minute.
Okay.
We're essentially looking for any indication, any errant letters, any evidence that there have been travelers coming through the village who would have been conveying information about the Ravens. Okay, or if there's someone who left some coin that's marked.
While you are sneaking around the general store, Make me a perception check.
Damn.
Okay. While you're sneaking around, you hear a faint metallic squeak, a sharp intake of breath, and another faint metallic squeak coming from behind you.
Okay. Like right behind me? Or like somewhere in the building that I'm in?
Not right behind you, but within visual range of you. There appears to be a wooden latch trapdoor.
Oh, okay. You know, Tenebrae will approach the trapdoor as gently as he can. And, you know, he'll use the bottom of his foot to tap around where the latch is.
Okay. It's a latch.
Okay. He'll kneel down and he'll say, "I'm not here to hurt you."
Silence.
"I'm with the ravens."
Squeak. Opens up a little bit and you can see a pair of eyes.
Icar, for good measure, will pull out his raven figurine in between his index and thumb finger.
Okay. It opens up a little bit more and you can see the head of it. Looks like a young 13-year-old girl kind of looks at you and says, "It's dangerous to have those."
I can tell. What happened here?
No, they came in from up the road from the south, and they came through, and I don't know. Suddenly there was just noises outside, and people yelling, and horses.
They came from Menador.
That's down the way, isn't it?
South up here, yes.
Yeah,
On the road headed west.
Yeah. She kind of points in the vague direction of south, but she's kind of brings her hand quickly back in under the trapdoor.
How many? Where are they taking them?
I don't know. I heard something about them going to help this Thrune guy, but that's all I know.
Okay, stay where you are. Don't come out until nightfall.
Okay, just let me know if you see my daddy.
What does he look like?
Kid.
He's tall. He's balding. He has he's got the thing where his beard goes down the side of his face and that's it.
Okay. I'll let you know if I see him.
Okay.
It's like a Tarzan situation. The dad's like in the store.
Tenebrae will just sort of, push the trapdoor back down.
Okay.
Stand up. And he'll start making his way out. This is what, minute 5? He should start heading back.
Okay.
So he will begin making his way back to where the wagons are.
All right. As you get basically like however you got into the general store, which I'm assuming is you clamber through a window.
Right.
As you get out the window, you see Kyra just kind of sitting there with her paws in front and her tail is kind of swishing back and forth.
I hope you have better news than I do. There are survivors, but they're hiding here. Right. You'll tell me when we get back. Okay. Tenebrae will pick up Kyra, and they will make their way back.
All right. Takes you a few minutes to get back. The rest of you, Flickie, it's starting to get close to that 10-minute time frame that Tenebrae told you about. And as you reach about 9 minutes or so, Tenebrae comes back in with a fox under his arm.
Well, what'd you learn?
It's a company of Hell Knights. Maybe
Yep.
3 dozen
Yeah.
or so.
Kyra starts to grow steadily heavier under your arm and starts to like push it out a bit as she appears to be returning to humanoid size.
Right.
And you're still holding her by her gut. She's like, "Let me down now, please."
Yes. Well, are you going to... Hopefully you'll be more descriptive now than you were as a fox.
You think you're so clever, don't you?
Did you hear anything useful?
Yes, I did, but you said survivors first. Let's deal with that.
I don't know how many there are, but there's at least one girl stuck in the basement of the general store. I imagine, based on the size of the village and the number of prisoners they have, most of the women and children are probably in similar cellars or trapdoors, maybe even in the granary. I didn't have time to look. They're only really rounding up people they think might be useful for labor, from as far as I can tell.
So, possibly, I overheard the commander talking about how the insurrectionists needed to be punished, and so they're taking them to Kintargo for their sentencing, as it were.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently, they were already on their way to Kintargo, but they happened upon rebellion when they stopped here for the day.
These people were foolish. They should know better than to paint their windows with raven symbols while there are Hell Knights going up and down the road.
Yeah, well, hope does strange things to people sometimes. And I guess maybe they figured they were far enough away from Kintargo it wouldn't be a problem.
Well, that's what we get for being such a big thorn in Thrun's ass.
Hate travels. It seems.
Shouldn't we show these people that their support was with good reason?
We
are the Silver Ravens. We can't.
We didn't ask these people. Maybe several hundred miles away from Kintargo. Not several hundred miles. About 150 miles away from Kintargo, to plaster our emblem on their wall and declare open rebellion.
Yeah, and the number of hell passing through does not mean that I want to be farting around fucking, because what if we just get killed by a bunch of Hell Knights? Then their support was for nothing.
There's a paralictor in charge of them.
That sounds bad.
Paralictors are
one rank below lictor.
Yeah, they're one rank.
They are lieutenant. Paralictors are lieutenants to the lictor's captain.
Do we know there's not a lictor stomping around somewhere?
It's unlikely.
Make me a knowledge local check.
Knowledge local. Okay. 29.
Lictor, there is one lictor for every order of Hell Knights. But the only reason that you know Lictor Octavio personally is that the Order of the Torrent is a very, very small, localized order. The Order of the Rack is a very widespread Hell Knight order, so the Lictor of the Order of the Rack is probably somewhere off in Heartland's Cheliax, busy dealing with their shit, and this Paralictor is the lieutenant being sent in this direction on the behalf of the Order.
In terms of strength, are Paralictors like higher than Nox?
Nox is Thrun's right-hand man, dude.
Yeah, Nox was a hired goon, a mercenary. These are professionals.
And as a reminder, based on Flickie's high knowledge roll, the Order of the Rack specializes in stamping down rebellions and insurrections.
Oh, jeez. Tough crowd.
What do you think, Tib'resh? You've been awfully quiet.
Well, it makes sense why they were sent up north to help what's going on in town. But this does leave Menador Keep. I mean, if this seems like a rather large unit, I don't know how many are normally at Menador Keep, but there's certainly less than there were.
Yeah,
I don't think this is the keep's garrison.
Yeah, Kyra perks up. From what I heard, they passed through the keep. They're not from the keep.
Damn. Well, then
Basically, it seems like they're Barzillai reinforcements.
You're usually the first one in line to say that we should teach these sort of thugs a lesson, Sugtok.
I said we need to save these people and kill these fuckers. That's what I'm here to do. Let's cut them up.
Doing so in broad daylight in the middle of the city is inadvisable.
I do remind you that
Right.
it's starting to get evening time. Like the orange bit in the sky happened on your way in.
Did
so
you-
you're still in that time frame because it's only been about 15 minutes. But-
Did you see any like carts with prisoners? Any large groups of people that might be able to help us in the fight?
They're collecting prisoners, but I don't think that they would be much help. I think a straightforward fight is probably our least
I do not
good
want that
option.
straightforward.
And I
don't want
remind you,
several dozen Hell Knights is not something we can just.
and I remind you, a single Hell Knight is full plate,
Wait.
sword, shield, trained.
So, do they look like they're going to leave before nightfall, or are they going to have to set up camp tonight?
They will probably leave before nightfall, unless something was blocking the road.
So let's let them leave.
If they leave town, it might be advantageous for us to wait until they begin camping and try to deal with them close toward, while there's only a few of them on guard.
We could
But
create
the-
an issue with the road up the way
I-
where we know they're going to pass.
I think the problem with waiting until they camp is A, we don't know when they're going to camp. B, they will be out on the open road, which means effectively ambushing them will be a lot more difficult. And it takes us the opposite direction of what we want to go.
extending our trip if we still want to get to Menador and back.
I feel like a diversion from Minador right now to save potential allies, obvious supporters of the Ravens, and shut down support for Thrun is. I feel it's a worthwhile endeavor.
But what if we do this and they just send a bunch of Hell Knights back and kill everything? Because they were like, we don't like that. We don't play that shit, homie.
That's what they do anyways. I mean, that was the plan for them.
Our
from
goal
the start.
is to block the keep, to block the pass, destroy the keep, and prevent reinforcements like the ones we are seeing from coming into Ravenel further.
Well, if we go to Menador Keep and we do successfully block the pass, what kind of town are we going to return to?
Oh, I mean, there will be no one left here. And there may be no one left in Kurthia, although I think the Kurthian, those who live in Kurthia, are a little bit more wise than to emblazon themselves with our insignia.
Sorry, did we see multiple places with some sort of Silver Raven support? Or was it just one building and they took it out on the whole town?
Tenebrae saw one building while he was in town
Yeah,
and did not do an exhaustive search.
Oh, but
I saw at least one building.
Okay. I'd be curious to see how many people remaining are still white Silver Ravens, but I don't know.
Are they Silver Ravens?
I mean,
Is
supporters
anyone who scribbles a Silver Raven on their building is a Silver Raven now?
I mean,
Not Ravens, but at least supporters, people who threw their lot in with us, for us.
they believed in us. We, owe it to them to do
There
our
are,
best
I
for them.
guarantee you, at least one of those prisoners is saying the Ravens will come for me. Lying to themselves, but what if they're not?
Did we get an idea of how widespread Raven support was in general with our conversation with that one guy?
Which one guy?
The one person, the girl in hiding. Sorry, I
I,
guess
I
that was the
didn't.
only
I,
person that
I
we talked
didn't. I didn't talk very much with her.
to. Right.
But she knew enough to know that the symbol of the Ravens is dangerous.
Their town just got ransacked by rebellion put downers.
Well, yeah. Well, it makes me wonder: was the whole town in rebellion? How much influence was here?
Well, no, it's like, they find one raven symbol, the whole town is to blame. It doesn't matter.
Yes, these. I mean, it's we're not dealing with people who can be reasoned with, Tib'resh.
We're dealing with religious zealots.
Not necessarily religious,
Yeah,
but they're
the Hell Knights. The Hell Knights are not religious. They are.
These are the super military, basically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they are the military.
I hesitate to use the term Gestapo, but I think that would put a similar image in your guys' head that's closer to what it actually is like.
Yeah.
For this order, or for the Order of the Rack, at least. Because they're not all terrible, but these guys are.
Yeah, they are very, very lawful evil.
Hey, Flickie, you remember when you threw some fireballs in town and it did a lot of damage, but it I feel like maybe now is the time for that kind of thing? If I copied your form, we could send 2 balls of destruction into them when they're sleeping. It's just food for thought.
How many are there?
Yeah,
It's a
couple dozen.
battalion, right?
Do these guys, like, when they camp, do we know how they camp? Do they camp in, like, military bunkers where it's a bunch of cots, like, next to each other?
Wasn't the number that was seen like 3 dozen? Is that what you said?
Between what Icar or Tenebrae and Kyra saw, they would estimate around at least 3 dozen.
So
We can't fight that many
generally,
dudes,
it's a platoon.
I don't think we can fight this many dudes.
Tenebrae, do you have any kind of strategic idea to where we can take these guys down?
I mean,
Let them go.
I've said my piece. We keep them confined to the city, force them to make quarters, and wait until the majority of the host have fallen asleep.
How
we eliminate. We have the advantage if they're forced to quarter here, in that we know of at least one location where we could be in the city, so when they start their watch to patrol the outside of the city, we'll already be within the perimeter of their watch.
How do you think we could stop their movement?
Their movement. Did we see that they had carts that they were rounding these people up onto?
You did not. As a matter of fact,
Okay.
you only saw the only horse you saw was the one that the Paralictor was riding. The rest of them appeared to be, if not on foot, setting the prisoners up for like chain gang walking.
Right, they're gonna be walking out of here on foot, which means that they'll be relying on the road for transit. If we want to keep them in town, we tear up the road.
That's possible. But okay. I think that's fine. Is there a pass or some sort of I'm sorry. What tools do we have in which to tear up a road?
That would be the purview of our master destroyer.
I'm thinking.
I don't know what tools he has, but we would be relying on him.
Do you have anything in your arsenal that you can prepare to completely destroy a road to make it unpassable? No, because likely they just exerted a lot of their energy taking over this town. Likely they will need to stay within town, contain things to a certain degree.
What kind of road is it? Is it like a bridge over water?
It's basically just a trodden dirt road. Occasionally, there's like a stone wall along it for the sake of like demarcating the road, but it's not like it's paved. It's not like it's like immaculate marble.
It's not paved at this point.
No, it's very well stamped dirt.
Okay.
I don't know how to destroy that.
There might be another way to prevent them from leaving.
I'm trying to find a spell that could work.
We could also just go to the keep.
That's true.
We could let them leave, and we just go to the.
That's a lot of Raven supporters left to rot.
I
mean, we'll be coming back to Kintargo.
Flickie, I hope you understand. If we leave these people to go to Menador Keep, at least half of them will probably die. Which may be an acceptable cost. We are talking about saving Kintargo.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one.
Would you like to tell that to the girl who's going to lose her father? I can facilitate that.
If it must be done.
We also have a complicated situation. Were we to try and block their path, our goal is still south of this area. We will need to double back past this town and find either another way or be very subtle.
The point is not to destroy the road. The point is to create an inconvenience which will persuade the Paralictor to, act outside of what he's probably planning to do. We don't know that they're planning on leaving.
Kyra chirps up. Minor point, but listening to the Paralictor sounded like the Paralictor was a woman.
We don't know if she intends to make them leave now. That's my assumption, but it may not be right. It is getting dark, and they've just finished, torching the village and collecting the prisoners.
I just can't get that 36 number out of my head, man. It just doesn't seem healthy. It doesn't seem like we'll be okay in this one.
We don't fight all 36 of them at once.
Yeah,
I guarantee you there will be. I guarantee you there will be maybe half as many, if not as many, at the keep.
What if we just released some of the prisoners to create commotion and create panic and to get them to need to stay in town for another night? Create a situation that they have to resolve.
If you think you can get close enough to do that, that might work.
I think we save the most lives destroying the road and then going back to Menador Keep.
How would we destroy the road, though? It's just a dirt path.
Yeah, the problem is that it is just a dirt road. Unless you had, a shape earth spell where you could build a whole bunch of spikes.
We could make traps in the road.
There's no guarantee the prisoners wouldn't fall into them.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how to make a trap?
It would be stupid to march prisoners first, just saying as far as no, none of us know how to make traps. That's also the other issue. God. Okay, if we don't have a proper way of doing it, we don't have explosives, we don't have the spells that we need, we should get to Menador as fast as possible.
You telling me that Flickie does not have a spell appropriate for this situation?
I do not know the depths of Flickie's abilities, and I don't know if he does either.
Only Flickie does.
Flickie's got enough shit in his spell book. He's actually in and out of character, flipping through to see what he's got.
You're one of those Naruto characters that has no control of their chi, but has absurd amounts of it.
Or like those joke scenes with Ten where she's got all these weapons, but which one's gonna work?
Mechanically speaking, these Hellboys are going to be probably in full plate, which means that their reflex saves are most likely going to be garbage. So,
I can,
if we're worried about dealing with a whole bunch of them at once, the best way to do that would be a fireball or 2 or 3.
I did also see a druid once cast a spell that softened the earth.
We don't have any druids here.
I'm not a druid.
But I saw him do it. I could replicate it. At least once. Basically, soften earth.
Is that 5x5 though, or something?
Table talk, 10 feet square per level, so 80 feet. 1 to 4 feet of. When the spell is cast, all natural, undressed earth or stone in the area is softened. Wet earth becomes thick mud. Dry earth becomes loose sand or dirt. Stone becomes soft clay, so it's just softening it. So if it's dry earth, it's going to become 4 feet of thick mud.
We would slow them.
And then a creature in the mud has to succeed a reflex save or be caught for 1d.
Maybe we're approaching this
the path around it.
Maybe we're approaching this the wrong way. Maybe we don't necessarily need to try to kill, 30-something Hell Knights. It may be effective to simply cut the head off the snake.
That might not be a bad idea.
And again, I'm just throwing out ideas here.
Do we know where the boss is?
The Paralictress is on a horse. It's very easy to spot her. She's the one who's shouting orders.
She's probably purple or some shit too.
She's on a horse?
Yes, she is on a horse. And it's going fast.
I have no fucking idea.
The great Flickie is out of ideas.
Because my idea was let's just fucking leave, but that's not flying apparently. So
Well, make a better case for it if you really think that we should just leave.
Well, think about it. So they had what, like 8 prisoners or something? What was how many people?
Between Icar and Kyra, the visible amount of prisoners was numbering somewhere north of 50.
Oh.
Yeah, they're rounding up the whole village.
I have an idea, but
okay,
you need to get within about 40 feet of that horse.
Okay.
I could dominate it and tell it rear and just lay down on your back. Pop goes the Paralictor. So,
well, I mean, think about it like this. So they're on their way to Kintargo, right? So they're on their way to Kintargo to help Thrun. So the prisoners, some of them may die during the trip, right? But they're going back to our, for lack of a better term, like home base. So I don't see why we wouldn't be able to free them on our own home turf instead of risking our necks right now when we're doing something that helps them and everyone else in Kintargo by blowing up and severing the pass.
Is essential. Do we have any way?
It's the biggest play we have right now.
Rebellion actions to tell our people back in Kintargo, hey, there's a prisoner convoy coming.
Yeah, you could use rebellion actions for that. Specifically, you have the rescue character thing, and I would also say if you wanted to just keep an eye on them, you could use spies to do covert actions.
Yeah, we don't have to.
Yeah,
do
do both of those? Can we like send a group to rescue some prisoners and then a group of spies just to like gather some information?
I will let you know that this far out of town, your team's actions are going to be kind of restricted because they got a bubble around Kintargo where they operate.
Why don't we just have someone sneak them food in the middle of the night so they all survive along the way?
Okay, because you guys just did a rebellion action yesterday.
Yeah, it's
so
another week before we can.
It's Sunday,
say
so
anything.
another week before you did anything would get this convoy, as it were, in range of Kintargo, get them between. Okay, basically, the range that Kintargo can operate is pretty much that area where the green and the brown meet south of White Rock. That kind of bubble. If that helps.
Okay.
If you wanted to wait the week or
So
so to let
let's
them make
monitor-
advances, you could then use some rebellion actions in the meantime while you're still down here doing your Menador stuff.
Do we have
Yeah.
a way to cross the river and like fast track it to Minador without having to hit Oakrib?
It's probably going to take us longer to traverse the non-road path than it is to just follow the road.
And also, the river is flowing to the sea, so you would be going against the current.
Okay. We can't just like caulk our wagon.
We have a boat. We have a magic boat. We would never need to caulk the wagon.
Yeah, the river, despite the map that I was able to scrounge up for the Drakes, the river is usually wide enough for boat travel because you guys know how wide the river is at the mouth where Kintargo
Oh shit! So
is.
yeah, getting home we can just.
Yeah, getting home's not a problem. If you take the river, it will basically cut your time in like half.
And can't the boat get big enough as to where we could have the horses and cart on there too?
I believe so. Yes.
Because I think it seats up to 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can go like small, medium, or large.
Oh,
something like that.
it's got a small and a big mode. The small mode's
Small
like
and big.
it's like a rowing ship, and the big mode's like. I don't really have the details for folding boat in front of me right now, but if you guys want to check your capabilities on that on your own time, be my guest.
All right.
I
think we take the L on this one and we go straight for Menador.
Why don't we put it up to a vote?
Yeah, that's my vote.
And Kyra will act as tiebreaker if there is one.
I say we help these people.
Yeah, I have a hard time walking away from our supporters that have been picked up by aides of Thrune. It doesn't feel right to walk away, even if it is to stop more of these bastards from coming.
It doesn't feel right to do nothing. But
Well, either way, we're doing something.
unfortunately, I think the greatest good is done by preventing reinforcements. I mean, we can, deal with this is hard. Ultimately, we need to do right by these people. I'm sorry, and it's going to be complicated, but
And dangerous.
they gave us their faith, and we're here. We should do something about it.
All right, that's 3 people for helping right now.
Well, then there's only 5 of us.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
So we need to sneak in and find the head of the snake.
And I'm okay with not fully completing the mission necessarily right now. I don't think we're going to take down a whole army.
If we
But
can
if we
kill the
could-
Paralictor and run.
If we could do something right by these people and still manage to complete our goal, then let's do that.
All right. Well, let's start brainstorming. I am going to go back to that girl who's stuck under the general store and see if there's anything she knows that they might have in town which would help us, get them out of this pickle.
I'll look around for prisoners or stragglers that might want to join up. If we can find any allies to even the numbers in this fight, we're outnumbered. Well, 6-1, 9-1.
I have pretty good eyes. I could scout a path up the road just in case we want to find some way. I do think cutting these people off or preventing travel is ideal, so something that we can do along those lines.
Wait, no, we're not that.
Because they're all on foot is the problem. Which means that they're actually going to take a little while getting to town, which is something to think about.
And conceivably, we could run into them on our way back.
Nah, because
if it takes no time,
it's a week in the other direction to get to we're only halfway.
Yeah, but we have horses. They're all walking on foot.
With prisoners.
So, I mean, walking from Combrink to
the issue
Kurtzia, what the fuck?
Isn't whether or not we could catch up with them. It's how many people are going to die on that march. They're not concerned about these people surviving.
Kyra chirps up. The additional people that they're bringing with them on their convoy means that they're going to have to spend more time scrounging for food beyond just the rations they brought with them.
Which means the prisoners will have less to eat as the journey progresses.
No, the more prisoners that they have, the slower they can afford to move if they want to preserve prisoners. Not only that, but
then they may simply move faster than they can afford to. I mean, within reason, they'll probably try to keep most of the prisoners fed, but that doesn't mean that there won't be a few of them who, if they have a bad hunt, they're just not going to get fed.
So what if we look the other direction and take the prisoners out of the equation? Let's find a way to get the prisoners out without fucking everything up. I don't know. This is hard. It's a dangerous situation.
Let's try to figure out where the prisoners are being kept. Tenebrae can check in with the surviving girl.
There is a rebellion going on in Shellyak. Some things are rough when martial law's around.
Flickie, do you not know any invisibility magic?
No, that one I might know. Invisibility. I have invisibility.
So, if we want to go down and catch these people by surprise, invisibility, I think, only lasts a minute per level, so it's not a very long time.
And does he have it prepared today?
No, I definitely wasn't planning on preparing invisibility.
We don't have the time to craft the scrolls. Well, maybe a scroll.
Can't you, spend an hour re-preparing your spells?
I don't know, can I?
That gets into a really complicated figuring out how things work, but I think you have to prepare your spells at a certain time every day for it. And I think it's just he's got his loadout until the next time he prepares them, and after 24 hours have passed. The way that I think it works, or at the very least the way that I'm ruling it, is that he has his spells, his current loadout for 24 hours, and if he doesn't change the loadout, it refreshes when he rests. But after the 24 hours have passed, after he refreshes, if he wishes to change his loadout later past that 24 hours, then he could. But right now, he's still within the same day.
Okay, Flickie, what do you prepare in each morning?
Well, usually I have a couple fireballs and lightning bolts. If I know we're going to be doing adventuring through a dungeon or some sort of doohickey, I give myself some movement stuff, some stuff to wiggle with people's minds.
Because the way that wizard preparing spells works is that you study in the morning and then you prepare spells by filling those slots. It is possible in the morning to not memorize spells for your slots, which you would then prepare later in the day. So essentially, if you got into a fight, you wouldn't have anything prepared in those slots, but it gives you flexibility that you can then later in the day, if you encounter something specific, prepare a spell at that point instead of having prepared it at 8 in the morning. So the question then would be, how many spell slots does Flickie usually leave unprepared, or does he prepare all of his slots every morning?
So far, he's been preparing something in every slot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, going forward, it may be something to consider when we're on the road, leaving a few slots unprepared so that we have a little bit of flexibility.
Sugtok could always spell can invisibility as well.
I love the idea
For
of Flickie
one of
just
us.
gotta go think in the woods for an hour.
Yeah, second level, 1 minute per level. And it's only one person.
Well, it would only be one person for Flickie casting it, too.
Okay, like I said,
There's
Tenebrae is going to go chit-chat with Whole Lady again, Cellar Girl, and try to get more information. And the rest of you, I guess, brainstorm about what you want to do once night falls. And if you see them starting to leave town, before nightfall, we'll just have to play it by ear.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, sure.
how long until we want to meet back up here?
How much more daylight does it look like we have?
The sun is starting to touch the horizon at this point, so you've probably got half hour, 40 minutes.
Did we make any
Okay.
friends in Kurthia?
Specifically,
Only
the one
only
interaction.
Place was
Only
stupid
the
tiny.
dude who got fed raw stew.
No, the one
I wouldn't say he
the
was
one notable interaction in Kurthia was Sugtok intimidating the shit out of that old man at his cooking pot.
Yeah, I don't think he was a buddy of mine.
I don't think we made any friends in that town.
I wish we had some more friends up the road, because if they are headed to Kintargo, we could send a message ahead, have them cause trouble while we resolve our situation.
Really?
Causing trouble is what caused the situation in this
So,
town.
Tib'resh,
don't want this elsewhere.
we are here now. What you're proposing is to essentially treat this as if we were not here now.
I mean,
We have the option to do something or to do nothing.
but we don't know what we're going to do, which those are virtually the same thing.
Well, my answer is always the same for what to do. Slice it up.
Okay, slice up 36 men. Go ahead.
All right, I'll see you guys later. And I'm gonna wander off,
Sugtok
No,
would
wait.
never hurt
hand on
somebody.
my sword, walking off.
I'll go, Sugtok, you get half, I'll get the other.
Yes.
I mean, that is better than doing nothing. I
I offer my
understand that
elbow.
it's hard to picture what we want to do, but we have to do something. That's why we're out here.
Yeah.
That's why we are ravens. Not necessarily to help these foolish people, but to do something in the face of doing nothing.
But if these fools can believe in us, wiser people will too when they see we stand up for the people who trust us.
Even if all we do is create a long enough distraction that these people, get away,
Wait,
that is better than doing nothing.
wait, guys, if we need a distraction, monkeys?
There it is.
Smash cut the Sugtok and drag doing the hero.
Well, we need enough distraction to free a reasonable amount of prisoners to allow them to free everyone else out. 50 prisoners, 36 possible opponents.
And 25 angry monkeys.
I will
25
point out that the part of the monkey's spell is that they attempt to pickpocket anything that they're around, which would include attempting to pickpocket the manacles off of people. which
That's
actually
pushing it, Roger.
That's yeah.
Oh no, but that's true. If that's the only stealable item that these people have on them, I can issue the command to pickpocket.
Locked manacles do not come off that easily.
These are
We
mad
didn't say it
monkeys.
was going to be easy. What we're saying is the monkeys will
I
try
think
to
the
do it.
monkeys
What
are
if
just
these
as
are
likely
monkeys
to try
that were-
no, they're just as likely to rip the manacles off of hands than they are.
Can we make just a straight luck roll every time we do mad monkeys? And if it's a 20, they're planted to the ape monkeys, and they're just hella smart.
That's
No.
not how the spell works.
He said they're real monkeys.
Real dumb. But that is an ample. Okay, so hold on. In terms of confusion causing things that we have at our immediate disposal, we have giant fireballs and a wall of monkeys. What else can we do to cause insane amounts of distraction?
I can do something actually. I can cast giant fireballs. I may not be able to cast mad monkeys, but I can put up a giant wall of ice blocking the escape of any of the dudes trying to leave from like wherever we're bashing on them.
That's not. How long does that wall of ice last?
Pretty long time. It's got.
Yeah, crack the app open.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the app for this.
Luke, if he was to cast Wall of Ice first, and then a fireball into the Wall of Ice,
It would damage
would
the
it
wall.
generate a steam effect that would cause additional damage to the enemies around it?
No,
It would not. It would not
just
superheat the
creates-
steam to the
it
effect
just-
you're
It
hoping
just
for.
creates a great cloud of steamy fog.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay,
The steam's
so-
not superheated enough for that to be a problem.
All right, so
Okay, so now
1 inch of thickness per caster level. The square footage is by caster level.
So 9 inch by 9 square feet.
If we hit the wall with
8.
fire, we get a steamy fog that lasts 10 minutes.
How long does it last?
That's what I'm trying to find.
The duration of the spell
Each
should be.
10-foot square wall will have 24 hit points in my case.
The duration should be near the top, under like the.
It's near the top?
Yeah, under like.
Oh, there we
spells.
go. 1 minute per caster level, so it'll be like 8 minutes.
Okay, so plan. We have invisible person goes to the prisoners and begins unmanacling them.
Will invisibility end on the action of undoing them?
No, your invisibility ends if you attack someone or you. That's really it.
Okay.
You cast a spell or
otherwise you
attack
remain
someone.
Invisible. So yeah, you can. It's very easy to be invisible and disable device. So one person goes and unmanacles. One person gets the attention of the troops and begins pulling them away from the prisoners. As the prisoners get pulled away, you have blob of Hell Knights, blob of prisoners. You put a wall of ice between them, and then we try to, we essentially get the prisoners as far as we can. We give them as much of a head start as we can, so that they can get to Kurthia, or even get all the way back to Kintargo before the Hell Knights can catch them. So we would have to deal enough damage to the Hell Knights to keep them from chasing our, the fleeing prisoners, and we let the prisoners flee.
Kyra,
We have
Kyra
4
chirps up
potions
here.
of invisibility.
Kyra chirps up here. Why do they have to go to Kurthia or Kintargo? Why can't they go somewhere else?
I mean, they can go wherever they want. Kintargo is the only place we'll be able to protect them, and I think we need to make that pretty clear to them. They can go wherever they want, and maybe it's better if they don't go to Kintargo because they don't seem very bright. But
I just remember
under our protection.
Yeah, I just remember that growing up on the North Plains, whenever there was the threat of Nadal coming in or something, some of the smaller hamlets would run and hide in the woods.
The woods are a great place, but we certainly won't be able to find them once they get lost in the woods.
Maybe
So
saving them is enough for now.
that could be
Getting
it.
them out of harm's way, and we unfortunately have our own.
So, unmanacle, wall of ice, prisoners run into the forest. We do as much dirty work as we can before disengaging on our own.
If you guys want to like draw like on the map to like get this idea in your head, there's this big blank space of ocean right here. If you just want to like sketch an idea out, if it helps your planning.
Well, we do have 4 potions of invisibility in the back.
Each of those potions will last for 3 minutes.
Okay.
I can run pretty fast. I'm just thinking in terms of ways that I can help in this situation, because I'm not exactly the nimblest.
What does it take to undo these manacles?
If they are standard locks, it's usually a DC 20. If they are high quality locks, it's going to be DC 25 to unlock them with standard tools.
Your familiarity, Icar, with like military levels, because you've done learning in your upbringing as a noble son. Military is, as many as possible for as cheap as possible. You would assume they would be closer to standard than more high quality.
Right. So ideally, hopefully, they'd be DC 20. In which case, it probably wouldn't be too hard to undo at least a few of them before we really get the show started. Honestly, Tib'resh, I think the best thing you could probably do is while Sugtok is summoning monkeys and Flickie is throwing fireballs, if you just want to make a beeline for the Paralictor and, give her a good old stunning fist or something.
Hit her with like a big old flurry of blows.
What is that fucking thing where the dude punches the horse and knocks him out? She's the only one with a horse, and that's all I can imagine is just punching the horse in the face.
That would be the mountain.
That
How high of a roll would I have to make to the mountain this horse?
To just decapitate it?
Shink, with my keen falchion.
You would have to hit the horse and deal enough damage to kill it.
How healthy is the horse?
Well, it depends
on the
if
horse.
The horse is just a horse, or if the horse is the Paralictor's, cavalier companion.
Of course.
Well, a horse is a horse, of course.
God damn it, Garrett. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I can do that. That does. I want to scope out.
Keeping her.
I need to choose my moment.
Keeping the Paralictor from giving orders is probably the best thing you can do, because if she's not able to give orders, the Hell Knights will, fall upon their default training, which will just be to try to, disable the monkeys and the fireballs and really ignore the prisoners.
All right, tell me about this Paralictor, because I'm about to 1v1 this bitch, and I have not seen her up close.
She's on a horse.
Uh-huh.
And that's about it. I don't really know anything else.
Is the horse and her like all covered in sick-ass armor?
Yeah, it looked like it from afar.
That's sick. I'm gonna get Big Sed that fucking armor.
Okay.
So.
All right. I will need enough opportunity to isolate, and I might have to be the initial attack.
And I need to be somewhere up high so I can't get eaten alive by the bastards.
Yeah. What I'm thinking plan-wise, Icar or Tenebrae take all 4 of the invisibility potions because you're the only one that can unlock the manacles. None of us are going to be effective at helping these prisoners escape, nor am I particularly sneaky. Tib'resh is light on his feet.
And I'm just so damn handsome, you're going to see me. Like,
okay.
Yeah, so Flickie, use your boots and just be
just
in the air out of eye shot.
If you want to levitate up on top of one of these buildings,
that's probably what I'm going to do.
Kyra, if you want to go with Flickie and provide some ranged covering fire in the same position that he is.
I might be a little bit further away from him in case they have alchemist fire or something else that makes fireball boom.
So, Flickie on top of one building, Kyra on top of another. Sugtok and Tib'resh, you two will probably approach from the same vector. Sugtok, just
I'll
do
have
your
your back.
thing. Tib'resh, your objective is to keep the Paralictor from organizing their forces, and I will attempt to get close and disable as many manacles as I can before also just starting the big melee brawl.
So, we're not supposed to kill the Paralictor?
I'm going
I
to
mean,
do
you're
what I can.
you're gonna be like hurting her, but the objective is to keep her locked down. Like if you see the opportunity, I'm not going to prevent you from doing it. But you know.
I could also form an 8-inch thick dome of ice to completely surround the Paralictor.
That would stop her a little bit.
That would stop her a little bit. Honestly, a dome like that would be great if you could catch as many Hell Knights inside of
And
it.
then roast them inside the dome.
That would
Exactly.
be the greatest.
You can't roast
if
them
we
inside
could-
the dome because you'll be on the outside of the hemisphere.
Yes, but I'm allowed to make it in any shape that I want. I leave a hole for my hands to fit through, and I just stick them through and fucking
No.
fire them.
You can make a wall or a dome.
Damn. Okay, well that's still cool though. We
So-
could, because each square of the wall, it's 8 inches thick, and each square of it at my caster level right now will have 4 hit points.
If he's able to create a dome, we still have the hammer fist ring or whatever it was, right? That allows you to make a hammer like a super powerful fist punch.
Are you talking about the bone breaker?
Yes, the bone breaker gauntlet. So if he made a
Tib'resh
dome,
has those, right?
Skull Crusher? Yeah.
yes. So if you use the Skull Crusher gauntlet, could you punch a hole in the top of the dome that he could then launch a fireball into?
It just gives me a bonus during a certain kind of attack. I don't.
No,
think
it's
gonna-
your thing is once per day you can make a single attack that will deal 4d6 force damage with a chance of stunning someone for a round.
I don't think I have the Skull Crusher gauntlets on the Magic Item Codex. I'm glad you reminded me about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like it would be a cool thing to punch a hole through the top of an ice dome to then roast the bastards inside.
Well, yeah, because it'd be like
I like
we could make it like a kiln almost. We should
Yeah.
figure out a way, like have it. We should figure out like a team move where like I hit the dome, someone breaks a hole in the top, someone else breaks a little hole in the front, and then much like when Charizard got his head stuck in that playpen thing, I can just roast it with fire and the flame will shoot out the top, effectively cooking these fools up.
I
Do you
think
guys
we
know
have.
how big 8
I
inches of ice is?
think we have our.
It's about.
We can do that later. For now, we should just focus on our plan.
Yeah, I
Should
think
talk
we have.
hold
Our,
up what's obviously a foot and a half.
does anyone have anything more they want to add to the plan of attack before we move on from having talked about this for 2 hours?
I do.
Yes, we need a signal for
Yeah.
when everything is resolved. We need to know when to fucking leave because we can't take everyone.
Yeah, Icar, what call can you make? And if you can maintain invisibility, and then just give a sound signal to tell Flickie it's time to send the wall of ice, time for me to make the monkeys happen, and then for us all
I
to
think
run.
I will probably start heading towards the prisoners after you guys have made the initial fight, because they're still going to be watching the prisoners. And even invisible, I don't think I'll be able to do much while the prisoners are being actively watched.
Kyra adds, as far as signals go, the one for starting it makes sense, but at what point do we consider the entire thing going tits up and we have to abandon it and run away?
As many prisoners that we can get free, and we might have to admit that we can't get them all.
And what if
But-
not all of them is none of them?
I mean,
We're
better than that.
I mean, if you know, if it really is the worst case scenario, and we need to bail ship, and Icar will fish out into his bag and give everybody a hold on a second. What is it called?
An oh shit stick.
It's
Crack the top and
it's one of those it's the alchemical item that makes really loud sound when you use it.
Thunderstone.
Yes. Everyone is going to get a Thunderstone.
Okay. Thunderstone means what? Our
You-
portion is
It means you
completed,
evolve into.
or-
It means you evolve into Raichu.
I was about to say, but I don't want to evolve.
Right.
I
It
eat it
doesn't mean
and
our job
immediately
is
start
completed
evolving.
or we are in trouble.
Basically,
Throw
you,
the
you
thunder-
throw it and it makes a thunderous crack.
Yes. Throw this against a hard object and it makes an extremely loud noise. Throw the Thunderstone if you meta speaking, throw the Thunderstone if you're under half hit points. But also throw the Thunderstone if you feel like the mission needs to be aborted. And if anyone hears any Thunderstones, we agree, we cancel the mission, we regroup on the west side of town, and we get as far as we can.
Sounds good to me.
all right.
Yeah, because I remember you guys going into that prison where you were outnumbered. At least you had a choke point in there. You don't have that
Yeah.
here.
We
So-
can make a choke point.
Should the ice dome happen first, or should I attempt to, engage the Paralictor, and then Flickie is there in emergency, ready to cast the dome?
Yeah, because the I was just looking up more of the logistics of the spell. Right now, at my level, I can form the hemisphere with a radius of 11 feet right now, so I can get 11 feet of space under
Well,
the dome.
who here has dark vision?
Me? No.
Low light.
You have low light, Dillon.
I have low light.
I think Tib'resh has dark vision,
I do have dark vision, a racial trait.
so you can get as close as you want in the dark, and they're not going to be able to see you, but you'll be able to see them just fine. That's up to you two. What do you think will work best? Do you want to go first, Tib'resh, or do you want to wait for Flickie?
How many invisibility potions do we have? Because I could line up
4.
a perfect strike. But if you need to use all of them, I get that. Oh, wait, can I?
I probably won't start. I'll probably use maybe one of them. 'Cause
They're 3-minute length
3
is
minutes
what we
is-
get out of those.
3 minutes is 30 rounds of combat.
3 minutes? I can work with
Fair.
that. If I get an invisibility potion, I have the ultimate starting position in this fight.
Okay. One potion for you.
I
I'll
can. If Luke rules that because it is a summoner's 3rd level spell, that I can spellkin greater invisibility, I can cast that on Tib'resh. during
it's not
the
worth it.
Greater
Greater
invisibility lets you attack while invisible, but it lasts for a
It
round
only lasts-
per level.
Yeah, it only lasts.
So it'd be,
a level.
like once we are in combat, but that's
It's-
a round, full round wasted of.
Yeah,
5
it's not.
places.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Because considering the numbers against you, that's not going to help.
Once we are in combat, we are in combat.
Tib'resh,
No.
right before you make a move, let me hasten us. Because we need to be quick. This is going to be hard.
Dylan, how many
Now,
4th
if
level
anyone-
spells do you have?
How long?
How many?
Haste, I think, is also round.
Like a day?
level.
Well, how many
So it's
how many
up-
walls of ice do you have?
If I didn't get anything else, I could do 3.
Now, how many did you prepare today?
I mean, wall of ice. I always have one of those sitting in my fucking.
So you have one. You have
in the
one
bank.
wall of ice to use, and you said the radius was for the dome was what?
It's
11 feet.
3 plus 1 per caster level, so 11 feet.
Okay,
11-foot radius.
11-foot radius, so 22 feet. So we're at 20-foot radius.
4 squares, though.
You'd be.
I'm
you'd
trying
be
to count how many people could fit under that dome.
like 16.
Like about 36. Yeah,
What if?
about 30 Telnites.
No.
Do you think there's
11.
any way for Tib'resh to sneak in invisible? And
Yes.
then Flickie to be able to dome them in at the same time
If
for
I get
Tib'resh to
under
get
that
the
dome,
ultimate surprise.
I might die. I
Yeah,
would be
it's-
literally surrounded, and
The
I
problem
don't
is
have a way out.
that if Tib'resh goes in invisible, we won't know where not to put the dome. So
That's fair.
Right.
And the dome is 8 inches thick. It's pretty
Our
hefty. So
goal here is to create a distraction to help let all the villagers flee into the forest. That's what we're doing here. If we can, 1v1 all of these Hell Knights, that's great. But don't put your lives at risk.
If there is a way for me to separate the Paralictor, I don't know how that would work, but if they go for a piss or go isolate themselves in their little tent or whatever, the less people around, the better. But I can initiate that, and whatever reinforcements are called after the hubbub starts, freeze them, launch an ice ball right behind that area.
You guys are very confident in this plan that the commander of a military unit is going to run off on her own instead of sending men.
Which is the main issue, is that there's no way she's not surrounded by people. So I have to jump, punch, and stuff has to happen immediately after that punch.
Well, I'm there with you to attack too.
all right, I'm gonna levitate up to one of the buildings now and start getting the lay of the land.
Okay. When you guys finish
I love
this,
that I can just do that.
yeah. When you guys finish this, we're gonna go to break, and you guys can actually do the actual thing when we get back from that.
Yeah, this has been 45
longest...
minutes of like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We are going up against imminent death.
I love this. For like 40 of those minutes, I was just sitting here listening to you guys plan this shit.
Oh my
and 20 of that was you guys wrestling with the moral dilemma.
Yeah. Do we walk away from people who supported us, or try to fight 36 fucking Hell Knights?
Yeah, this is going to be real interesting. If anyone wants to cast anything on me, just to make sure I
Tib'resh, you
resist a little bit.
Yeah, you and me. I'm gonna be like right behind you.
Kyra's like, someone hand me that
raised
raised dead scroll we got around here somewhere.
Right.
Flickie, do you have any mage armors prepared?
I mean, yeah, they're my level 1 go-to.
You could give one of those to Tib'resh. It'll be better than his armor, than his bracers, and it won't count as armor against his monk abilities.
Yeah, because I usually just use magic missile on like mage armor and shit, so that works.
How long?
Yeah, that'd be a nice
How,
little extra.
I'm trying to remember how much armor he gets from mage armor.
+4.
At your, is it just a flat
+4?
So
It's a flat +4 for an hour.
I've got shield and I've got mage armor.
Shield is a self only.
Shield lasts like only a minute per level.
And shield's only on
Okay,
you.
well then yeah, I can just bing bang bonk boom fuck your life and hit him with mage armor.
Yeah.
Let me double check that mage armor is also not a self spell.
I'm
No,
pretty sure I can
it's touch.
Tenebrae, before you go off, I want to hit you with heroism. Also want to hit Tib'resh
Okay.
with heroism.
How
Because
long
it's
does that
+2
last?
on 10 minutes per level. So long
Okay,
enough for
so-
us to get through this plan. But that's
Okay.
attack rolls, saves, and skill checks. I should realistically just hit us all with it.
Do you have enough?
I have 5
level
second level spells
Oh,
per
the
day.
second level.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a second level bard spell. So I can
Okay.
heroism all 4 of us before we roll.
Wow, you're just gonna pretend like Kyra doesn't exist?
I'm gonna. I mean, I really would like to blur Tib'resh.
No,
But
it's
no,
fine.
wait, that's why I've got blur scrolls for days. No, I'll heroism all fucking 5 of us. There's no reason not to. I got scrolls.
Hold
for
on,
this.
hold on a second. Kyra's going to have an option on this. Kyra says that she does not need the heroism. She's got divine favor for her boosts instead. She'll use that.
Shoo, 1 heroism saved. I'll use that to blur Tib'resh.
You know what? I do have Ice Storm. I can cast Ice Storm on them as well.
If there's a
Because-
big group of them in pursuit.
Oh
yeah,
my
fuck it.
god. A new Christian from Geno Samuel just came out. Sorry, it popped up on my notifications.
Oh damn.
But yeah, I can. It's decent damage, but the really cool part is creatures inside the area of effect take a -4 penalty on perception, and the whole area is treated as difficult terrain.
I do.
So it's like snow and sleet and hail that could really fuck up this little battalion of dudes. Because I had a ball lightning, a wall of ice, and an ice storm prepared, so that works out.
What's the area on Ice Storm?
20-foot radius, 40-foot high.
I do only have 4 second-level spells because I gallon inspiration to bluff Tib'resh earlier. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So everyone gets heroism, and then it scrolls after that.
That's why we don't use spells willy-nilly.
I know, but it was so worth it because I outbluffed your sense motive.
Yeah, sure, it was great for the dialogue.
Kyra,
Yeah.
if things get dicey, don't be afraid to use hold person if you need to.
Oh, don't worry. I've got that on back.
Flickie, if you do use a wide area of effect spell on a bunch of enemies, I need you to give me the signal. Tell me to do the monkey.
Couldn't the ice storm be the signal?
You hit them with an ice storm, and then we summon a bunch of angry monkeys into the middle of it.
You're going
Yeah,
to
because
spell
the ice storm damage
They're
happens
summoned
initially.
monkeys, Tib'resh.
It's
don't
not
exist
about
from a
the,
real
no,
plane.
it's not about the monkeys dying. It's about their effectiveness being cast in the middle of an ice storm.
Well, the ice storm only deals damage when it is initially
On
cast.
impact, I think.
And then for the duration,
Like
it's
a
just
save
it's
on
difficult
starter
terrain,
panel.
and they have penalties to perception.
which the monkeys won't really care about.
It doesn't matter. They're mad. Okay,
So-
guys, I think we've got a good game plan.
So,
I think we can do this.
so who wants to initiate, and then we'll break.
Yeah.
Well, Tib'resh is the spearhead, right? Gonna
Yeah,
buff the
well,
shit
I'm
out
the
of you.
spearhead of the attack, but I think spell to shock them out of their wits. I come in focusing, making sure the super lictor or whatever doesn't do anything, and then Flickie's on support immediately after with spells.
Super Lictor.
I think, first thing first, big boom at the beginning, cause extreme amounts of chaos.
All right.
After
Then
unlocking
Flickie,
is initiated.
you will be in charge of initiating. Assume that we're all in position, probably 5 minutes after we do the hut go, and then it's all up to you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've got the big bangs and colors and spells and distractions.
Do we still have that Snapdragon wand that creates big ass fireworks?
Yes, and he still has
that's a great opener.
he still has 48 uses of that wand.
Do we? Is there a way to manipulate the shape of the Snapdragon fireworks? Is it always a dragon? Is there a
It's
way
always
for
a-
him to use his magic skills to make it a silver raven Death Eater symbol kind of thing?
No, and I also think Dillon froze.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, you were just
No,
really, really still.
This is all of our brains going a million miles a minute.
Yeah,
We
I'm
might
trying
be
to
about to
think.
kill ourselves. We might be about to be.
Dude, if it looks like you
absolute
guys are gonna
fucking
die,
legends.
if it doesn't look like I can save you, I'm fucking bailing.
But
Yeah,
I
no,
look
but
forward to introducing a new
the Snapdragon
character.
firework basically
This
has
does
a fairy dragon sized dragon shaped firework that zips around like it's one of Darkseid's Omega beams before exploding at the end of its thing.
Okay.
How
so,
quickly can he cast those? How many of those can we get off before they notice?
If
It's
it's right in someone's face, are they
it's-
blinded?
it's if they fail a save, but it's one casting is one standard action from the wand.
Okay, so Flickie, open up with the Snapdragon fireworks. As they start to mill out and look for the origin of those fireworks, Tib'resh will go in. Once they start to close in on Tib'resh and form ranks, hit him with the good old ice sphere, and then from there, I don't think any preparation is going to help because at that point,
It's balls to the wall.
it's
you
balls
have-
to the walls.
Do you have fly
Hold
prepared?
on. I've got one more thing. Kyra says, and she goes into her bag, and she pulls out this black hooded robe that you guys recognize as the robe of an Asmodean.
Oh,
Hold
no.
on, the robe of an Asmodean clergyman. And says, this probably isn't going to help as much as a disguise, but Tib'resh, if you just have this for the hood, they won't recognize you if we have to run away and they counter us again.
That helps, considering I'm putting my face first in front of the most important person in this battalion.
Yeah, and here,
Good idea.
Hold on, and here's
What
here's
I would
the
give for a Holocaust cloak.
yeah, and here's the sash for it. Put it over your face. Spare us
Right.
all.
No.
Oh, come on. That's
That is here. Let me do this.
Yeah, basically, this is a cloak that's sized for this is a robe that's sized for Cairo. So you're pretty much wearing it the same way that Yami Yugi just has Yugi's cloak as like a cape with sleeves flailing around.
Tenebrae takes the cloak and wraps it like more like sort of like a ninja head, cloth mask around Tibresh's head. That is a much cooler disguise.
I'm trying to like wipe at his eyes. Like, hold on, buddy. I got you. I can do this.
What are you?
I was trying to help. I'm helping. I'm helping.
Also, even if we wrap it over your nose and mouth, you can hold your breath for like 3 days. You'll be fine.
That's true.
Right? To breathe in.
I can still see through this though, reasonably well. It's not obscuring my vision, is it? Surely I can just have like a Jedi style like.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now we can take a break while we force Luke to set up a combat map for this.
All right.
Ancestors protect us.
Woo! Let's go, guys.
I'll be back in 5-10 minutes, something like that.
Make it 15.
Sounds good.
Shut the fuck up, Roger.
What did you expect from us?
Let's go, boys.
Several things, but now that I know what we're doing, now I have to set it up. And we're back. So before you guys do any sort of hard planning, I'm going to scoot you guys over to the map. Your tokens are on it, but that's for the sake of you guys positioning yourselves, but it is a map of the town square where they all are.
Dude, did you guys see the South Park episode where they revealed that Token's name has been Tolkien the whole time? It was amazing. They're like, yeah, it's my favorite author. And Randy's at the dinner table like, what?
Anyway.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck. This is complicated.
Okay, so the Hell Knight-looking guys are Hell Knights, and the people-looking people are prisoners?
Yep.
Fuck a doodle-doo.
Let me zoom out a little. Oh, no.
I was hoping the prisoners were more lined up.
Yeah, I was hoping they were, like, in a pen.
Now, for the record, despite the fact that this is a map that I made back in college, the streets are not actually paved cobblestones. Imagine that the streets and the ground are all one uniform dirt thing.
Yep. It's like you're at a campsite.
Yes. I will let you guys know, for when you guys get into position in C, is that the Hell Knights have been grouped off with a group of 5 prisoners who are all bound to stakes that have been put in the ground in various places around the. At this point,
they're all like each unit. There's like one stake at each unit of 5, and they're all tied to that one stake.
Yeah, except it's a lot more spread. Like I'm using this group here on the right. It is a lot more spread out if I have them in a star formation around the middle point like that. So it's just way more spread out.
I see what you're saying. So, methinks,
and also, as far as this is for the sake of what's been going on. Where's my pointer? No snapping. Okay. This building is the granary, and this building is the general store that Icar was in earlier. This is the town hall, and these 3 buildings have been burned, and this one has not.
So I'm not saying that we bit off more than we can chew. I'm not saying that, but
well, I thought the plan was to wait until they were camping until it was dark.
Yeah, I mean it is dark, right? I thought it was
the sun has gone down.
That is not the same as it being night.
I guess is our best bet to try to just take.
Nightfall has happened by the time your plans have finished and you have returned to Combrink.
Well, then I'm gonna get up on the fucking tallest building.
That would be the town hall.
Dylan, I think you're going to be injuring people if you cast fireballs.
Not if you cast it right in the middle of the Hell Knights and the boss.
What is it? A 30-foot, 25-foot radius?
It's a 20-foot radius.
20 foot. Oh, that's less than I thought.
Well, this map is also zoomed out to see everything. But that's 20 feet both ways, so it's like a 40-foot
20.
diameter.
So, yeah, if you cast it right at this square, it would hit, I mean, all of this.
I'm zoomed out a little too far.
I'm not doing anything until you guys are all ready. I just had to get up on top of the tallest room at the top of the tallest tower.
Why is it not letting me move the circle that I just made?
Are you actually clicking on it?
Yeah.
Are you zoomed in?
Oh, okay. No, I was zoomed out. But yeah, if you put that baby like right here, 20 by 20, corner it on a vertex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could hit it
And
right
I
there
could
without hitting
Actually
the
move it a
civilian.
little bit down, and you would hit these two.
I'm trying to think of my jump distance.
Yeah, that's a whole bunch of Hell Knights. I could spellkin a fireball at the same time if we have any
But
way
where
to
would you put
coordinate
it?
at the exact same spot as you, baby.
Yeah.
Goodness
just nuke 'em?
gracious, great balls of fire. Boom.
Yeah, actually, if your turns happen one right after the other, it would be near instantaneous.
We need to do it in a surprise round kind of setup.
It would
'cause
be. It would.
spellkinning
It would.
takes
It would
me
be
a
in a.
second.
It would. If you guys are completely undetected, you will get to do all your stuff in whatever order and with whatever timing you like before initiative starts.
Right, I just remembered I'll be invisible.
I can take a position.
So we're not doing the Snapdragon.
Well, no, I mean, like, if we've already split up, then we can't actually be having this conversation.
We haven't yet.
Luke
Said that we were able to do setup.
This is like our hard planning moments before we do the split right before, because I did cast heroism on everybody before we split
Yeah.
up.
What did heroism do?
Plus
It's,
2 on attack rolls, skill checks, and saves. For the next 80 minutes.
Awesome.
It's a wonderful support.
That's actually really fucking rad. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I also want to blur Tib'resh. If Tib'resh, are you going up on the roof?
Sorry, does this matter if I'm invisible? Or, well, I guess I'll
You'll-
deactivate invisibility when I fight.
You'll be invisible faster.
Yeah, you're invisible for one attack, which you get the invisibility bonuses, and then you become visible.
Okay, so if those fireballs are happening first, yeah, I have all the time that I need to cross that distance while people are getting their shit sorted out and covered in flames.
So what are we gonna do
Okay,
about Tib'resh being down there by himself?
If you do a
Right.
significant amount of damage and I pursue knockout damage, I can prevent.
and I'm gonna follow you in. Like, I'm gonna be on your tail as you're running into battle, but I want to hit you with blur and hit us both with haste right before we start this. Like right before the fireballs launch. Because blur is 8 minutes of 20% concealment.
Because Tenebrae is gonna be sneaking around invisible, like unhooking
Well,
people, right?
that may not be the best option.
Yeah,
it, looks
but
like
that may be
they're-
just
it looks like since they're all into posts and they're not like organized together into some sort of chain gang, then our best bet is probably just stick together as a combat group and just disable as many Hell Knights as possible.
Now, as far as the chain gang, each group of 5 is all chained together, chain gang style, which just makes chaining them to the posts easier. But this layout means that they can't be chain gang together into one long chain.
Well, also, but they're all being individually watched, so that plan is basically out the window at this point.
I also want you guys to remember that there are literally like 36 enemies on this screen right now.
37.
Yeah.
37. Yeah, I thought I missed one. Okay, but
36
still.
knights and the Paralictor.
oh,
Okay,
God.
so
We have to be able to bail, dude.
yeah, so hear me out. If we, from where Tenebrae is presently,
What are these Hell Knights armed with?
They appear to be wearing standard Hell Knight full plate, and each of them appears to have a sword and a bow with a quiver of a few arrows in it.
Fuck. What about shields? No shields?
They do not appear to have shields.
Does the Paralictor... No, she's got like a lance type thing going on, huh?
Don't let that fool you. That's just the best thing I have for knight on armor, or not on mount. But she as well has a long sword and a long bow. But she has a shield.
If
Dude,
we
if
do
you
enough
type in
damage
Final
with these
Fantasy
two-
Knight on Horse, you get such cool Google results.
Dude, with
Sorry.
these two
That's one of 'em.
fireballs, though, we will very likely be able to kill this horse.
If
This horse is
if
probably
it pans
down
out-
with the fireball nuclear blast.
the horse is definitely going to have armor on too, then
The
one
horse-
would assume it's some kind of
Yeah,
war
but
horse.
the
The
armor's
hor-
not going to protect them from fireball damage.
That's true because I fucking rule.
This is gonna be nasty.
All right, well I'm set up because the guys underneath the roof can't see me right now.
Are we
well-
planning? We're gonna have a combat, like a battalion down here, and the idea is gonna be to double fireball and then just kind of sweep the leg. Can Kyra disable locks?
But like the
Wait,
disabling
they're
locks
posts.
really
Is there a way to just pull up the fucking posts and let the 5 prisoners be chained to each other and get away?
Theoretically.
Like, if the Hell Knights are distracted by 2 big-ass fireballs, can Kyra slip up from the bottom feasibly and remove the posts, or try to?
Well, Kyra's plan is to be on a rooftop with her crossbow.
Yeah, that's more sensible.
how thick are these posts that are in the ground?
Like oh lord, he coming, or like what are we thinking?
I'm trying to give a good analogy here.
It's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
No. It's thicker than a broom handle. I'm just giving you that immediately. I would say probably about the same circumference as like your thigh, maybe your calf actually.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a 26 DC to break the chains.
I mean, like our plan of helping these people escape with this layout is not going to work.
Yeah.
If we want to stick to that plan, we need to wait until these people have been moved to a different configuration. We can do our new plan, which is kill all the motherfuckers. But if we want to stick to the plan that we made, that's not going to work with this layout.
Yeah,
Which means
no,
we
I
just
like-
need to wait.
I am a big fan of the fire 2 fireballs into 3, 6, 8. 8 Hell Knights and their boss plan. That just sounds like a good old time.
But who are we to know that if we firebomb these dudes, what if how do we know they're not just going to turn around and start stabbing all these innocent people?
Well,
It
these are
doesn't
their
make a whole
prisoners.
lot of
They need them
sense.
for labor. They're
Yeah.
trying to use these people to do forced labor for Thrune.
If
And
Sorry,
they're
everyone
defenseless.
just froze right after I asked that.
Flickie, if you're having a fireball thrown at you, is your first instinct going to be kill the unarmed person right next to me?
No, I meant the other people, not the people that we're shooting. They're going to be on fire. I'm talking about like,
Yeah,
what if
everyone
they
else.
just turn around?
Everyone else is going to come right after us.
Yeah, which is what I'm thinking is like, if we could get, even if we could free one group of people and say, wait, and as soon as you're able, start helping the other people get their posts out of the ground. Once you are freed, help other people get free. We will keep the knights busy. Get everyone out of here. And it's like a wave at a coliseum.
I'm about to be shooting a lot of goddamn fireballs in this fight.
I'm gonna launch one.
Are you
with
are
my
you com-
spell
are
canning
you
in the surprise
complaining?
rounds.
No, I'm not. I'm super stoked. I just really hope I don't hurt anyone I don't mean to.
Hey,
We are
Do you have any
going to
lightning
leave this ring on the
prepared?
map for you to gauge fireball damage.
That's
Flickie-
fair. That's actually not a bad idea.
Flickie, do you have lightning bolt prepared?
I have 2 lightning bolts and 3 fireballs.
What's the range on lightning bolt?
100.
Oh, it'll hit everything in this yard.
You can hit all of these motherfuckers.
But I can't. I'm on the roof, so I'm angled down.
Ah. I mean, you could
But
do
were
a
I-
cool
were I
ass
to have
front
to
flip
jump
and
off
use your
the roof?
levitation boots to drift down the rest of the way.
Well, yes, I mean,
like
then it
people
gets to a
do.
The
point where they
levitation boots get 20 feet up or down per round.
How high is the roof?
Town hall is is 2 stories tall plus the roof, so
like 30 feet.
I was gonna say closer to like 25.
What's
Okay, that's fine.
natural?
Worst case, this just turns into me like floating up into the sky like a sentient like god, and just like Dr. Manhattaning these dudes on the fucking
Exactly
battlefield.
what I was thinking of.
I like point at someone and they turn into a snowflake, and I'm just like.
Rorschach!
I turn into an Archon, like a big, like celestial glowing being. Oh, that'd be so funny. I
That was
wish
your
all of
goal,
these dudes were dead.
right?
So
Yeah, for real.
as we are grouped up right before the fight, I need to hit us with shit. I've only scrolls is how I need to do it.
I really hope this doesn't end with all of us dying.
I'm gonna
Noble
use
pursuits.
a
'Cause
scroll.
worst case, I can cast fly and leave. Like,
I'm gonna use a scroll of 7th level haste, and a 5th level.
If you guys are all actually moving into position, I'm gonna need stealth checks.
It's +2 though.
oh right, because we have that heroism shit.
Right. Tib'resh will have ingested the invisibility potion right before.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I rolled an 18 and I have a +5 with the +2. Okay, so I might have actually stealthed my way onto the roof. So 23. I creep by Tenebrae, I'm a little more stealthy, and I'm like, yeah, it feels nice.
Well, that's without the +2 from heroism.
Well, this D20 of mine just went on a fucking journey.
Feels about exactly the same, huh?
Roger, does yours include the +2?
No, you'll have to add it.
He also got a 23, making my 23.
Mine
less
does
awesome.
include the +2.
Okay.
Dude, what is up with this Kyra chick? You know, she gets good rolls all the time.
She does.
Well, she's rolled about 3 times tonight, and in this case, she has a plus 15 to her stealth.
If I can be honest, I think
It's like-
Roll20
it's the-
recognizes Luke as the GM and thinks it's fucking us.
Yeah, it's true.
It's God.
It's goddamn is what it is.
Oh, jeez. Oh, you know what I can do? Can't I, like, hold a spell and, like, put it on my bird, and then the bird can go touch someone and do that spell?
Yes, you can deliver a touch spell using the bird.
Ooh. So if I put Burning Hands...
Nope.
Oh, that's like a flamethrower thing, right?
Yes.
Fuck.
Shocking.
Oh, this just opened up so many opportunities for me.
Shocking grasp, yes. Burning hands, no.
Wait, I've got that thing that I can use to regenerate a 2nd level spell.
You do
Pearl
have
power.
the Poil of Power.
A runestone of
Yeah, and I've
power
also
for you.
got a
It's
couple
the
of those,
equivalent of that for Bard, but yeah, I'm going to use that and regenerate one of my 2nd level spells
Okay.
so I can
Technically,
cast.
the way that a runestone works is you use its energy before you use your own spell slots, as opposed to recharging it like a pearl does. But same fucking difference.
So I want to use it for blur on so that one I'll use that blur on Tib'resh and give him 7 minutes of blur, and then I'll use the 5th level scroll on.
So I could conceivably put a cast of haste on Tim
No.
the Pimp, and damn it!
Actually, I want to use the 5-minute scroll on Tenebrae and give him 5 minutes of 20% mischance.
What about Touch of Idiocy?
If you can hit the boss with it, it's probably useful.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if we don't kill the boss, I can
that'll
summon the bird
weaken
and
at
make the
least
boss a
one
big old
kind
dumb
of
idiot.
save.
And my bird can just peace out too, so it's not like it's going to stand there and get stabbed to death.
Because Touch of Idiocy is what, a touch spell? But
Yeah,
you can give
I
it
mean, I
to
would
Tim the
think so.
Pimp and have Tim swoop in, deliver the spell, and get the fuck out.
See, this is where that ability could actually come in useful because we're outside and very well outnumbered. It's like 6-1 right now. And this is not at all how I envisioned the place we were going to be fighting looking. So my plan kind of starting to
And I'm waiting on.
fall apart.
I'm waiting on how many fireballs?
2.
Two fireballs is my cue. Okay.
Wait,
When you hear
should
the
we
second
wait?
booming of the
I'm an
balls.
invisible.
Stop. Before we start, we have to answer this question. Do we do this now? I mean, we're not going to, like Tenebrae said, we are not going to be able to save all these people if this is our plan.
Or at least we're not.
Or no,
going
we have
do
to
we-
alter the original plan
We're not
from
going to-
save
we're not
everyone
going-
secretly to kill everybody.
Yeah, that's the alteration that's happening.
Okay, I was just fucking washing my hands of that. Let's
I
fucking
love
do it.
that.
And remember, before this starts, I said this was a bad idea. So if you guys are right and we win, more power to us. But if we lose, fuck all of you. All right, okay.
The Ravens
Justin,
will live
okay.
on.
Considering the changes to the plans, I'm not very happy about this, but
We've got this.
Now that Flickie has aired his grievances, he also states, but there's no one I would rather die beside
as
you guys.
soon-
Oh, that's sweet.
Can I be spellkinning my fireball, and as soon as Flickie sees the fireball coming through this area, send his?
I don't
That's
see
what
why
we are
not.
going to do. We are set up for what we're going to do. So Tib'resh is going to run in without provoking any AOs from these dudes and like sucker punch this horse in the balls or something. And then what's Tenebrae's deal?
Just gonna play it by ear. I really don't know.
Wait,
Fuck it. All right.
if we're doing the double fireball, Tib'resh, why don't you just wait here and then we can go for these Hell Knights and try to wipe out this wave of Hell Knights that are right here before we go on to the ones that we just fire teabag.
did you say here pointing at the screen? Cause
Yeah, sorry, I forget you can't see my hand. I'm so
if- what if
fucking
we go right
stressed
here,
out
dude?
right now. I am so nervous. These guys.
Yo, fucking, here we go. It's time to do some serious magicking.
Kyra is also going to mention during this whole discussion thing, if we're changing the plan this much, are we sure we still want to go through with it?
Are
Kyra,
we
do
sure?
we want another 40 minutes of planning?
We've already cast a whole lot of buffs.
We could, yeah, but like we
No,
could just
we can't.
very
We can't
hurriedly
get
wait
those.
until tomorrow.
No, we can't because when we wait, all those buff spells that we just cast are gonna wear off.
Flickie, are you watching right now? Are you watching what's happening?
I'm listening to Requiem for a Dream on my Wizard iPod, and I'm watching my life fall to ashes for me.
My spell kinning of a fireball is like Goku getting the spirit
Oh
bomb.
no, we don't want them to know where we are. Lay down and cast it.
I can't lay down and cast it.
You can't lay down.
Oh, that's right.
These guys.
You ain't me.
these
And
guys
I
are
lay
gonna
down and I
see-
cast a fireball directly at the receiving point. But
Yeah, I
I
was
lay down
about to
so
say-
you do it.
Ball in. I was gonna whisper ball in and throw it.
Rock show baller.
Wait, Sugtok, are you in position? Is that where you're planning on being for this?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
this is gonna be my slaughter dome spot.
Conveniently, they might think it was just you because I'm making it like hit on impact. I'm not.
Yeah, I
sending
want-
it to like,
Because like mine takes a second for me to prepare and send off. So like as soon as you see the fiery glow, these guys are seeing fiery glow on their back, and you're like, here comes number 2. Boom.
yeah, fuck it. I mean, shit.
Like,
I'll roll
this
for
is
it.
terrifying.
All right, so I cast a fireball at 9 characters.
Okay.
I am
How am I
doing
gonna roll?
the same thing. So yeah, what do we roll?
For you, if you
It's 1d6 per caster level, so I've got 8d6 per person to roll.
No.
Generally,
I
for
think
the
roll
fireball,
one.
you roll
make
eight,
one
you roll
damage.
8d6 once, and I make saving throws
Oh,
for
okay.
each individual person to see if they take half damage
That's
or
way
not.
better. I would prefer that anyway.
Like,
Tib'resh,
I don't want to cast this on this many people. It's too much work.
Tib'resh is just kind of sitting there, swirling around the dregs of an invisibility potion, like, huh, that was kind of. Maybe I didn't need that. This is about to all go to shit. Let's go, boys.
Do you still have mad acrobatics boost?
I mean, I have.
And then wait,
Could you
does Hero
feasibly pole vault onto the boss after these fireballs
Not
hit?
without a pole.
Or can
Hey,
you
just-
jump it like spider jump?
I can't.
Yeah, you haven't sold that quarterstaff yet.
does the heroism affect this 8d6? Does it
No.
boost it at all, or is it just okay? All right.
No, it's just 8d6.
Okay, 29 damage to everyone in the vicinity from my fireball.
Okay, Garrett, make your roll also.
8d6.
All right, that's a grand total
Boom!
of 61 points of damage.
I think these guys are dead. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that these guys are dead.
Well,
May I
got-
introduce
got-
you, gentlemen, to the fantasy equivalent of a nuke?
Well, reflex. And what are your level 3 saving throw DCs?
Fuck off.
They have to save.
It's Scald. Pathfinder.
18.
Spell saving throw.
What's
Do I get any bonuses to that, or is it just flat from the chart?
It's your
10
it's
plus-
10
10 plus
your
int plus spell level.
Yes.
Yep, I've got that written above my chart because I try to take the
Unless you
advice.
have
Okay, so
Wait,
it's
unless you
10.
have spell
your int is
focus.
only +5? I thought it was higher than that.
It's 10 plus what? Plus what?
10 plus
Oh,
your
10 plus 7 plus spell levels, so 20.
The 10 plus 3 plus.
Oh, I have to
spell
redo
level?
my fucking chart. Whoops.
Yeah, for you, Sugtok, it's going to be 10 plus your charisma plus
3.
your spell level.
3.
So 16 for yours.
Okay.
So mine's 20.
Okay.
So
Hold
a
on.
lower DC for the higher damage.
Gentlemen, I've got some rolling to do. Please hold.
No, I have to get a beer, actually. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you know, everyone go refresh your drinks. I'll be here for a couple minutes.
This is the dumbest thing we have ever done. and
Yes,
the
yes, it
greatest
is.
thing we have ever
All right, Luke, what do we got?
I am adjusting I am adjusting health bars right now. Please hold.
done. Fuck. You see, Luke, answer we wanted to hear was I'm Xing out characters.
We have to have killed at least one of them.
If they all made their saves, they only took like 30 damage apiece.
And like I was saying while you were gone, 30 damage is nothing to sniff at. It really depends on what level these Hell Knights are, which
if it's
I guess
proportional
is
to our
just-
health.
it's just impossible to know.
Until we throw 2 fireballs at them, who could say?
I
Well,
will let you know.
fly
Most of
prepared
them
today?
failed both.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And all of those villagers' pubes are gone.
Can
Of course.
you imagine
They're
if
all
we
still
had
dressed.
that necklace of fireballs and if you could have mage handed it to the boss lady right before this happened?
So, you know, that would have been wild, but there's no way I want to keep that thing on my
No,
person.
that would have been an actual nuke, though. That would have been hundreds
Yeah.
of damage. Like,
around my neck.
Oh man, that would have been so cool.
listen,
right.
I've always,
Yeah, but think about how many more villagers
I've
we would have
always
killed.
felt like this battle music was heavy.
Gentlemen,
Right now, I feel like this is like walk in the park music.
gentlemen, you are all in your various states of preparation. Some of you are invisible. Some of you are prone on rooftops. Some of you, and all of you, are sweating buckets. And 2 of you are conjuring fireballs in your hand and in tandem launch them towards this cluster of Hell Knights and the Paralictor. There are 2 almost simultaneous giant bursts of fire. It's blinding almost in the very, very dim early night lack of light, and suddenly fire. Balls of it, massive. And when there is the shrieking sound of men in armor going, "Ah! What the ah!" and the sound of a horse's whinny. When the
We killed
fire
that fucking
Horse is
horse,
down.
dude.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that feels awful.
Horse for dinner, boys.
Very
Yeah,
much
so
left.
the horse falls, throwing the Paralictor to the ground.
fall damage?
It's not that far.
Damn it.
They're probably prone though.
No,
Fall
yeah.
on horse fall on damage? No damage from a horse falling on her?
There's
not
not much horse left.
That's fair.
But as the fire begins to fade, the lingering views of all 8 Hell Knights and the Paralictor are still moving.
Do they look hurt?
What the fuck do you think?
Is it dead?
Okay.
So none of them are dead.
Blood splat on the wall. Is it dead? And so most of them failed their saves. So we know the average Hell Knight has more than 61 HP.
We should leave.
We can't leave after we fireball them.
Also,
Yes,
leaving
we
without
can.
Actually, I think we can.
Cannon.
We should
Tib'resh
leave.
has-
We sent the message. We should fucking leave.
At the very least, they're
Tib'resh
all
has
traveling on
not
foot now.
received any messages from you guys to go against the plan. So until he hears thunder,
I
no,
throw a
Tib'resh-
thunderstone.
This
It's
is
not-
still-
Guys, I'm
the
I'm
next-
sorry to
the next
say it.
action would be mine.
I think we have to.
To my understanding.
Well, hold
the
on.
next-
Neither Tib'resh nor I got our surprise round act.
Oh, that's so true.
Oh yeah.
I know. Well, do your surprise round actions while I'm entering these initiatives.
Oh, fuck.
Well, hey man, they're fucked up.
And everybody
Right, they
roll
don't
and
look
everybody
happy.
roll your initiatives for this. Okay.
And that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 3, 6, 9,
So
12, 15.
Icar's surprise round action was to come up here while invisible, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that dagger of venom and we're gonna chuck it at the Paralictor and hope that it hits.
Okay. Does everybody else have your initiatives? Okay.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
I can put it in.
All right. And okay, so Icar, roll me your attack roll for this.
Okay. So this is technically the dagger with Bane roll, but ignore the damage. The attack roll is still the
And
same.
out of curiosity, where are you throwing it from? Because a dagger's got a range increment of 10.
I know. I'm throwing it from
There
here.
you are. Okay. Sorry, there's a lot of people on this map.
So that is. We're gonna add d6 to that. Okay, so that is a
Thank God.
26 minus 4 for the range penalty is gonna be a 22.
Your dagger of venom thunks into the ground, just missing her at the side of her ribs.
Okay, well
Fuck.
that's the way the cookie crumbles. I rolled a 4, so like, what am I gonna do?
Okay.
The
Tenebrae,
return of Icar's shit roll.
Tenebrae, what's your initiative? That's not a bad roll. It's just
A 4 is a bad roll.
Wait. I'm sorry. That number includes her shield, and she's not using that right now. So yes, it does hit.
Okay. Well, what's the damage? A dagger is just a D4, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So the damage is just gonna be D4 plus
She had
3
3 health left.
plus the
You've got your sudden strike also,
hidden strike. Yeah.
or hidden strike. Yeah.
And it is a +1 weapon.
Well, good thing we caught her by surprise with those 2 fireballs in the middle of the night, right, boys?
She doesn't know where anything is right now. She's on her ass.
Okay,
Yeah, her horse disintegrated under her.
is 22 damage with the hidden strike, and then I'm gonna use the dagger of venom's ability. So she needs to make a DC 14 fortitude save.
Succeed.
Okay.
I mean, that's still 22 damage.
Yeah, and even if she passed her saves, that's 52 damage to her. She can't be happy.
Now that's the damage with hidden strike, not 19 plus 22.
No, I know.
Yeah, but
Oh no,
yeah.
I'm thinking back to the fireball.
Oh yeah. But you swing the dagger and it catches her right right in the shoulder where the pauldron meets the cuirass or however you pronounce it. Right there.
Okay. All right, Tibby boy.
All right. Also, Tenebrae, what's your initiative?
Let me roll it real quick.
Okay, and
There.
Tib'resh does a quadruple front flip through the air, and Ginyu forces onto the Paralytic's face.
Yeah, I do need to understand scaling the building, because I could jump, because I am capable of jumping a decent distance, but or running. But so, what would it take to scale down this building, which I assume is a 1-story? Is this a 2-story?
that's the granary. It's close to about 1.5 stories, but it's only 15 feet in the air. That would be only about, and you've got slow fall, so you don't need to fucking worry about that shit.
I was about to say monks have slow fall. So
Well, do Unchained monks have slow fall automatically?
I think
cool.
so.
Okay, I do not remember reading. I will be straightforward and say I don't remember reading that, but
seems legit. Let's not check on that. Let's just go with yes.
I'd be able to jump the distance in general, but okay. So yes, an invisible, gigantic 7-foot.
Sorry, slow fall is a key power, but even then, like you can negate the first 10 feet. So
you only take a D6 of fall damage anyway.
Unless, I mean, would I be able to jump and land that in a roll and continue my stride, or is that an acrobatics check?
That depends on how well your acrobatics roll is.
Would that ruin my invisibility? Is another question.
Only attacking.
Attacking and casting a spell breaks invisibility.
Okay, so because I can cross this distance to the Paralictor with my normal speed, if I get down this building safely with the acrobatics. That's my understanding, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead, tumble off the side of the building, land in a roll, scoop, 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 move. Sorry, this is where I wanted to move.
Okay, make me your acrobatics check.
Let's go. Double check my acrobatic skill. Cool. Do any of my bonuses add to this?
All of your attacks should still be. You don't have any penalties for
attacks, this. No penalties. No.
Can
bonuses.
Can we get a counter for the haste? And should we counter for haste and blur? I'll just.
How about this? If you guys are in this fight for longer than 8 rounds, we'll discuss it.
Okay.
Well, the roll wasn't very good getting off the building there.
Well, the good news is 10 is what you needed.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
It was really fucking low. I was like, I want to see if he botches. Oh, okay, close, but he still made it. So yeah, botching would fail this just off numbers, but 10 was what you needed for this. It's not that complicated right now.
We can salvage this. If you grab her and like put her into a headlock, you could try to tell her to, tell her Hell Knights to back off, or we'll snap her neck.
It also traps me in this place, but yeah, I'm gonna try grappling. Well, she is.
You're not exactly a high enough level to call this a target-rich environment as opposed to a foobar situation.
Is she prone? What is her situation on the ground there?
Prone.
Okay, prone. Okay, that helps.
One leg stuck under the horse.
All right, I'm gonna try a grapple. What's my CMB? And CMB is getting what? Do I have any bonuses to that with the? Sorry, I don't fully understand what the things cast on me do.
You add your heroism bonus to it.
Is that 2?
Yes.
1?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, and Tenebrae, did your bonus have the +2 from heroism?
It did.
Okay.
Still a shitty roll. 17 to grapple.
What is her?
Yeah, that is with the +2. I have 12 on my CMB.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're trying to get good grip, but you're having to wrestle with the flaming corpse of a horse, and you aren't able to get a good grip right now.
Fuck. All right, guys, I am not in a great situation.
All right, and now the turn order begins. Tenebrae,
Mad monkeys?
You're up first.
Just like last time, Tib'resh.
Okay, so we are going to use the acrobatics boots to.
I like how these guys probably have no idea what's going on.
And we're gonna acrobatics our way over here. So that is a 21 against their CMB.
Their CMD.
CMD, sorry.
You successfully tumble.
Okay. And we're gonna. So Icar will use the free action to summon the lawful outsider dagger. Like, you know, he'll hold his wrist out towards the paralictor who's on the ground, summon the dagger in it, point it at her throat, and say, "Call your men off if you'd like to live."
Make me an intimidate check.
I will.
Son of a bitch.
Holy shit!
And we're gonna add an inspiration die to that. Okay, that is a whole lot.
32 is a good number.
I wrote this equation down somewhere, but what's the DC for your intimidate?
That depends on if you're counting this as a demoralize or as trying to like coerce her.
This is definitely coercion.
Okay, let me double check. Coercing someone is, let me see. It's 10 plus their hit dice plus their wisdom modifier.
10 plus. Yeah, plus. There they are. 10 plus. All right, so you've got your dagger at her throat, or just in your hand?
Yes, it's in my hand at her throat, which I guess means that he's sort of like hunched over a little bit since she's still prone.
Okay. As the remaining Hell Knights, the ones close to you, begin to draw their swords, and the ones far away begin to unlimber their bows, the Paralictor from beneath you calls out, "Men, hold!"
Yo, she shitting her pants right now?
Some of the Hell Knights are doing that. You guys have all seen that thing where they kind of look at each other confused or whatnot. They're still got their weapons out, but they're not advancing, and the bows are out, but none of the arrows are drawn yet.
Unchain the villagers and let them leave.
Or what?
Or none of us are going to make it out of here alive.
That's so real.
We got more of those fireballs tucked away.
And Icar will hold up a hand and sort of wave back towards Flickie to do something cool.
I hold up my hands.
That's your cuties.
I hold up my hands and like I start.
Snapdragon.
Yeah, I send out this.
If you want to drop that ice sphere on the 6 grouped over here.
I mean the ice storm.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Is that
11.
they see just maybe get ready, have something glowy, and just be like, "Are you sure you want to keep trying us?" You know, if you cast something, I just feel like it's more delicate. I can't say anything right now.
This is my turn, Flickie. On your turn, you've received the signal.
Okay.
You could launch a fireball and wipe the last.
It's up to you what you want to do, but that's my turn. Move, standard, and that's it.
Okay. Kyra's turn.
Kyra runs away into the forest.
These fuckers are crazy.
Kyra is going to cast and hold the charge for hold person targeted at the Paralictor in case there's any funny business. She is still unnoticed on the roof, for obvious reasons. Tib'resh. This is either very good or very bad.
You just gotta hold your ground. You just gotta look at fucking Tenebrae and be like, "We're doing this, I guess," right? Like, Oh my god. This is brutal.
Pick her up and hold her. She's our insurance policy to get out of this. That is Tenebrae saying that. As Roger, you can do whatever you want.
I mean that's wise, and it seems like something that Tib'resh would do to try and de-escalate. Yes, okay. Tib'resh is going to grab the Paralictor and hold her hands behind her back and say, tell them to stand down
Grapple check.
now. Oh, sorry. What?
Grapple check.
Oh, yes, sorry.
How is she fighting back? She has a knife to her throat.
It's not. It's like a passive reflex.
He's getting a bonus to his roll from that. But Hell Knight armor is also kind of spiky.
God fucking damn it, dude.
No, don't worry. With the bonus
22?
I gave you,
You don't auto-fail on skill checks.
that meets.
Hell yes.
That's the second time I've barely met something tonight. There's some RNG gods up there somewhere. Tib'resh holds both of her hands behind her back. And
Yeah.
tells her,
The roughness was the fact that she's having a hard time resisting with a knife at her throat and a foot trapped under a horse.
tell your men to stand down and leave this town. Or hell, take the town. Leave these people.
Take the town. Leave these people. No.
We can provide them
Alright,
the most lives saved is the most important thing to me right now.
Start disassembling the plates. We're taking the town.
Spare these people. Sorry, I realize I don't really want to just offer sparing the men as well. Tell your man to stand down, and we'll take these people to safety. Fuck.
Roll me intimidate.
I don't have
This is just
any
like
of
your
that,
first
Luke.
time intimidating at my house.
I'm so bad at this.
Hey,
All right. No, I have a little bit. Okay, hold on.
last time we just punched the guy's head so hard it exploded, so maybe we can do the same.
Yeah. I
No,
don't
you
know.
did that.
25.
We did
I
that.
don't know what else the 7 is my
Comrade.
base boost.
And you're rolling to coerce.
I'm rolling to coerce. Yes. Stand down. Have your men stand down. Let these people go.
You're the fucking Confederate.
Men! Release the villagers! What? Is she serious? What's that? Wait a minute. Follow your orders! One Hell Knight for each group sheathes his sword and goes about unposting the post they have. Or at least they will once their turn and the initiative rolls around.
Right.
Flickie.
Oh my god.
The Paralictor is now standing up, and Tib'resh is in her square. Or more accurately, she's in Tibresh's square.
Oh no! Don't pull,
All right, dude.
don't pull her out of my reach. No, you did this to me.
Oh, fuck.
I've been betrayed by Tib'resh.
Yeah.
All right, well, I hope I don't have to use it because it would literally hit both of you, but I kind of do like a sharp whistle to get their attention to show that I mean business about like us, like, you know, getting to leave here peacefully. Fucking this, like, the blue lightning starts like crackling around my fucking fingers and stuff, like, and I like aim it at directly at their
Straight Avatar. Straight like lightning.
I'm imagining
Yeah,
like
no,
the
literally, yeah,
fairy
like, you go
tale
lightning.
flex on the roof.
But so I'm aiming it directly at the Paralictor, and like it's crackling, it's all magicked up. Like, I mean, business. Man, I know they can take a hit, like special beam cannon style.
All right. So you're spending your action to hold lightning bolt. What exactly is the trigger for releasing it? Like What are you holding?
I don't know why you'd ask me something so personal on the internet, but
sorry,
what's up?
The fans want to know.
When you are holding an action, you have to set a trigger for that ready action to fire.
I have
off.
my thumb up like this.
No, but
And the moment I put my thumb down, it's like
no. It's like
why would
Why
Flickie
would
do
you
that?
put your thumb
What is the condition upon which your character?
for instance, I hold my
would do
bow and
the thing
arrow
you're saying?
to shoot whoever walks through the door. That's the kind. That kind
oh,
of thing.
I'm holding that in case there's any funny business with the Paralectress
That
or whatever.
it's got to be a little bit more specific than funny business.
If she
Especially-
tries to break free as successfully from our homeboys, I'm gonna shoot in the fucking head
Okay,
with
so
lightning.
if she breaks free of her grapple,
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, Sugtok. This ought to be interesting.
And I can tell that she's breaking
So-
free, not that she was released.
So, have I heard everything that's happened, and do I know that they are letting the prisoners go?
I mean,
She
if
barked
shouts
out her
that-
orders. People further away than you are capitulate to her. Her voice carries. She's used to this.
It's also the middle of the square. It should carry a good bit with very little to
With the
travel
the way
or
the square
bounce
is
off of.
designed.
Are the Hell Knights in front of me aware of my presence?
Yes, you threw a fireball from behind them.
Do they seem mad, or do they seem compliant with their orders?
It's
Well,
hard.
I bet
it's
these
hard,
six are really
It's hard to
mad.
tell with their helmets on, but
Do they seem to? Are they in an aggressive posturing?
one
Do
of
they
them,
seem
one
like
of
they're
them
about
is
to
still
attack
holding.
me?
One of them is still holding his sword, kind of in your direction, not like thrusting it out, like challenging you, like having it back in case you try to move in.
Is
But he's kind of looking around, while the other one is mostly like back and forth between you and the Paralictor.
Is there a way to kind of have a quiet rage for a raging song?
Not if you
Probably
want. Not if you want. No, if you want to.
I
if
don't.
you-
I'm not trying to inspire allies right now. I'm just trying to get started.
Garrett, if you want to slam, you must also jam.
Okay, then I'm gonna very loudly start up with a raging song. If you try to fuck with me, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Just let these villagers go and I won't cut your fucking throat. And I'm just doing a little jig in place, holding my falchion and dancing. And if one of these motherfuckers comes at me, that was a move action. I go into an attack at them. If
So
they come
you're
at me-
you're holding your standard action to attack if they get within melee range.
Yeah, after
Got it.
starting a raging song.
All right.
Which, because I hit
dude.
level 8, is another +2 to strength and con by the normal. So,
Which means that you now get 2 hit points for every level you have as far as bonus is concerned.
beautiful. And anybody else who accepts my rage
Gets that as
15
well.
rage HP and +2 to attacks.
Okay. The Paralictor has a knife to her throat and is being bear-hugged by a large man in a mask.
Yeah, he's being visibly threatened with lightning.
We're so close to the Luchador initiative.
She is going to not do anything right now. Most of the Hell Knights begin unposting the prisoners. A few of them are still not sure what to do, they're locked up. A couple of them are pulling bows taut, aiming at Tenebrae and Tib'resh, but the entire turn goes by without them firing off. Specifically, the Hell Knights from this group down here are. This one is unposting, and these two are the ones training their bows on you guys.
I mean, we can lose 5 villagers. What do we just hit them with the double fireball again?
They're aimed at us, Dillon.
Garrett, you're muted.
No.
I can't do another fireball. I can only spellkin once per day. So that
What
that
if because
fireball
I'm
was
so
all I've got.
cool, I can do 1 fireball with each hand?
No more.
Then I
If
No more magic.
well,
Let's-
honestly, if you could get a fireball,
What I want is for you two to march out of that fucking square with her as your hostage, and then push her back into the town and
Yeah,
run like idiots to
we
get the fuck
don't
out
get
of
to
there.
take her. We get to back out and then leave, but we need these prisoners to move first, and that's not
If there's
happening.
any funny business, you launch a fireball there, you might wipe out the remaining 6 guards, because they've already all but fucking melted. If they decide they want to fuck with us, just body 6 of their friends. Like, please don't do this. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, worst case,
So-
I could just shoot a lightning bolt in a line and just
Tenebrae
wipe
is-
3 of them and be like, I
Tenebrae is
didn't
gonna
want
make
to
a
kill all
5-foot
6.
step into the corner of the fountain, and it'll say, "Here's what's going to happen next. Once the villagers have been unposted and are free, they will leave the village with us. Once we've cleared the edge of the village, you're free to come back to your Hell Knights. Any funny business, and my orcish friend will snap you in half."
And his handsome elf friend.
He's like, I don't have much of a, not in a position to resist right here. She struggles a little bit against Tib'resh, but you're muscular and you got her good right now.
Yeah, zaddy Tib'resh.
No.
Oh, no, no, no,
Oh,
no, no, no.
no, no.
Not in my house.
So, and then that's, the plan. If you're okay with that, Tib'resh, we're just gonna make some 5-foot steps carrying her with us towards the northwest quadrant, and we'll get all the villagers to come with us.
Tib'resh grunts in agreement.
We'll have like 50 meat shields if they try to attack.
True. They'll have to get through all the villagers first.
That is the
Beat the shit
exact
out of you
opposite of what
after
we're
this.
here to do.
Oh, sorry.
We're here to save them.
But, I mean, if they die, our story doesn't end.
That is, I guess.
We went in to save some villagers.
uh,
We almost melted some people.
It's a
For
dark
the
pit, but
purposes
it is,
vaporized a
of
horse.
the turn, Luke, it's a 5-foot step, and then a readied action to make a full attack on her.
Okay.
I'm not.
And then, Tib'resh, I guess, if whenever your turn gets around, if you just want to make a 5-foot step, pulling her along with us.
Yep, that makes sense to me. I am ready for that.
Why do you always get so sharp?
I think you guys have earned this.
What?
Not yet.
I think you've earned this, he says, as the Paralictor summons 3 ice devils. I'm
Okay.
just
Yeah,
kinda
she
forgetting.
did what?
Yeah.
I was paying attention.
I have been sucked into this the
Nope.
whole time. There's no way I missed this.
No, it's fine. You guys are inching her out as your guys' group theme
Shit,
song
that's the
begins
fucking
playing.
Raven theme.
Yeah. You guys are inching her out as Hell Knights are going in, and you hear them starting to argue and kind of shove each other. Who's got the fucking keys? As they start to unlatch people.
Lol, they forgot the keys.
I thought you had the keys. What? Dude, I had the sandwich.
Who's on third? Who's on third? That's who he's gotten a deep hug.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't have to fight her. We just nuked her and said, "Yeah, put down your guns."
You were speaking too early, Dillon. Let's
We-
finish up.
I mean,
first.
we did fight her. We just kind of showed our hand very early and said,
All right.
"Don't make us show you what else we can do."
All right, so you guys are coming out, and as the Hell Knights are busy unmanacling people from they're kind of getting them in line and shoving them after Tib'resh and Tenebrae.
Okay.
And as more of them keep going that way, just a couple more are getting their bows ready or just kind of trained on you as you guys are backing away. And the Paralictor sees this and says, "Arms down!"
Thank you.
Yeah, and they relax their draws. And as you're walking past some of the Hell Knights, Tenebrae and Tib'resh, you hear some mumbling under their breath behind their helmets. You catch the word. You catch the words traitors and assholes.
Chicken chaser.
I changed the title weeks ago.
As you guys clear the square with a small train of villagers following, they're nervous at first, but some of them are actually running past you beyond the bounds of town.
And we're all walking next to each other, like looking cool as shit as villagers are like running by.
Well, Flickie and Icar are still on a roof.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna quietly use fly to follow. Oh, it's not my turn.
Did
We're still in
yeah,
battle.
did we get out
it doesn't.
initiative order?
It sounds like we're
Turn order's finished at this point.
Okay.
She has called a surrender
Okay,
for the
yeah,
time
then
being.
I would have gotten.
I quietly cast fly and follow them.
I would have wanted to say move bitch to this Hell Knight and get over to my bros and just follow them.
As
Okay.
you
I'm
move,
definitely following him.
as you move past, he re-shoulder checks you on the way.
Once
Don't-
all the
don't-
villagers
don't.
are clear, Tib'resh will give not Tib'resh, Tenebrae will give Tib'resh a short nod. That's the same. Once the villagers are clear, you can release her.
After a moment, Tib'resh looks around, makes sure they're standing down, makes sure everyone is clear, and says, "Don't follow us, or next time I will snap your neck."
Intimidate.
Oh shit. Damn it, I keep forgetting saying threatening things is dangerous for me.
You should have just whispered, "I love you. Don't follow me."
Intimidate.
Kiss her once and be like, it never could have worked.
Monk turned bard, just starts flirting with everyone.
Tib'resh's voice cracks halfway through.
I'll break you in half.
No.
I'll break you.
And Tib'resh, as you lean in to kind of whisper this in your ear, she quickly cracks her head to the side into your nose. You take a point of damage.
I got shoulder checked. I'm fighting this rage back. All I need is a reason.
Nope.
No.
We at halfway. That was too far. I'm gonna back away now. Goodbye.
Sugtok has white knuckles on the grass on the hilt of his falchion.
Hold on.
I just say don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't do it from the
guys,
air.
You guys are clear. That is what I was checking for. You guys were clear. Tib'resh will sudden speed away towards his friends. And hopefully
I'm coming.
leave these motherfuckers behind. Where are we at? We ran into the forest, right? That was the escape plan. Correct.
The
as-
forest itself is like a full day away, but there are trees on the outskirts of town.
Can I want to slowly walk out of the square, but as soon as I'm out of the square, I'm hauling ass.
Okay. Yeah,
But I want to pimp walk out of the square.
Of course, I would do the same thing.
And I am just sailing along like much like Wash, a leaf on the wind.
Well, you know how that ended, right?
Yeah, but we're still not the movie yet. We're only in the show.
We'll see.
Well, I'm like way up in the sky, and I can fly twice as high.
If these guys are moving north, we actually need a good idea for these fucking refugees.
When you get to Kintargo, be sure to give Barzillai our regards.
I want you to tell your friends about me.
I'm Clint Eastwood.
Oh,
I figured out how to play an old
Wait.
race 3 times in a row.
Tenebrae, is this happening right before we walk away?
Yes.
I'm going to pull my sleeve up and show the silver raven tattoo that Tib'resh had drawn. And give a nod after he says, "Give Barzillai our regards."
You pull up the wrong sleeve, and it's the arm that has a penis tattooed on it, and you're like, oh, fuck!
This is what I think of him. And this is who we are.
Nice.
I got that one on purpose.
Nice save. And yeah, we're
Pee in the veins of the penis.
like everyone else.
Bullshit.
We're gonna haul ass away from town.
Yeah. All right. So basically, at the beginning of the night, you guys are going back for your cart and then just booking it.
We got to go back for the cart, and we got to go back for cellar girl. Because I said
Right.
I want
Well,
to.
I told
Could we
her
have
to-
saved Cellar Girl on the way out of town with the prisoners?
No, it's not a good idea. We'd have to go into the general store and then walk her out with
We
everyone else.
saved everyone but the girl who made us come
you-
back to
Oh,
save
no.
everyone.
You've still got an invisibility.
I told Cellar Girl I was to hold tight until night, until dark, and then I would come back and get her. So
Okay.
If you've still got the 2 potions, do you want to just like?
I haven't used either potion, so
Like you could tuck one for you and dip off and grab it. I want to get the fuck out of here now.
yeah, that's
Because if
the
we
plan
stay
is
too
to-
long, I'm gonna start murdering.
That's the plan, is to use one of those potions, go back, get Cellar Girl out, and
Wait, take 2 potions, one for you and one for Cellar Girl.
It won't last that long.
Okay.
One potion to get in, and then once I have Cellar Girl, we're just gonna book it like we had already been doing.
Oh, all right, cool.
Hell Knights wear full plate, which makes them slower than us.
We set a place to reconvene west of the city.
We did.
Yeah. When? Okay.
So yeah, I guess I don't know what a safe distance is, considering there's a fucking half-beaten garrison nearby. But we gotta meet
Relatively
somewhere,
more
do
doable.
instructions, and then fucking leave.
I mean, as far as the villagers can go without tiring them, we'll need to have a chit chat with them, mainly to reunite Cellar Girl with her father, and then also like give them some instruction on what to do where they might be safe.
Well, if we send them to the woods, they could take a very long path through.
We never asked for Cellar Girl's name, did we?
Cellar Girl.
It is literally Cellar Girl to us.
Yeah, she works at the general store. She sells goods. She's a
Cellar-
cellar girl.
Cellar in the cellar?
Dweller in the cellar. Cellar Girl in the cellar.
Cell dweller. Oh wait, that's taken.
Cellar dweller?
Actually, cellar just covers all of those bases all at
Cellar?
once. So
Comma? Cellar dweller?
I don't even know her. So,
Da-da-da-da.
so we reconvene somewhere, a mile and a half or so outside of the city. I don't know how far is the safe distance, especially since these motherfuckers. Oh, that is something I want to keep an eye out on. As I leave the city, I would like to make sure we aren't being followed.
Make me a perception check.
Does it still get +2? Are we still 80 minutes in?
Perfect
Yes.
perception.
Yes. With your perception, you do notice that it seems that the town is bustling with activity, but you're a mile away.
But there are no obvious signs of someone on our trail. Okay.
Not that you can see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm flying in the air. I would definitely let you
Right.
know if there were people following.
Okay.
Okay.
The men might be recollecting for now. We might want to establish Tim the Hawk as a lookout or something to make sure that.
I'm literally flying in the air right now.
I-
I got you.
I'm saying,
Uh,
if we leave something behind, leave Tim to keep an eye out.
Oh yeah. I'll talk to him.
Sugtok. I want you here. And Tenebrae will pull out a number of torches. I want you to distribute these torches amongst the villagers, since it is the middle of the night now. And I'd also like you to take a look at them to see if any of them need medical attention.
Can do. And I'll kind of.
And if any of them says that they're the mayor or something, we do need to talk to whoever's most qualified to organize this rabble.
And I guess I'll have the end of my staff be like lit up like I used to do when we were in sewers and shit for extra vision.
Diplomacy to gather information.
Yep.
Trying to look around and check for people to heal. And yeah, I want to look for really hurt people
Okay.
And then just hit him in the face.
and try to just cure light wounds on some people if they need it.
I can keep an eye out for the leader in the town since I have pretty decent perception. If I'll find someone who seems to be treating or checking in, or the matriarch or patriarch of the town.
All right.
Tim's trying to fuck the local granny.
Wow, terrible perception check. I rolled a 20 and then I rolled a 1. Come on.
And yet you still got
You
a
are-
19.
Yeah, you're in the zone though.
Asking around, you're not directed to anybody that's got authority, Tib'resh, but you are directed around. You are directed around to several people that are concerned and wondering who the fuck you guys are.
The abuelas of the town is what I'm looking for. The people who really run the place.
I don't know if should we tell them that we're the Silver Ravens because
We already
they're-
found the.
Bro, are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we risked all this.
okay.
To spread the dope deeds. Listen, we heard Raven supporters. We heard you people were Ravens supporters of the Silver Ravens, and you were in trouble. So we, the Silver Ravens, came and saved you.
Roll me to
I was just worried about anti-Raven sentiment after I'm sure some townspeople were affected by that. They didn't give a shit, so I was just making sure.
Crushed it.
All right. One of the women that you're talking to kind of looks up at you and just says, and she just kind of like frowns, bites her lip, and slaps you in the face.
Sugtok actually bites his lip and makes that noise.
Sugtok. Tib'resh is going to nervously shuffle Sugtok away.
Yeah,
From the situation.
This woman huffs and puts several people between you and herself.
Okay, Sugtok, 2 things real quick. 1,
That was
you
not
cannot
sexual.
react sexually
I-
to someone
listen,
being frustrated at you.
Don't kink shame me, bro.
Kink is different when it's
I-
consensual.
listen,
This was
she-
one-sided.
I didn't mean to react like it's sometimes when an attractive woman slaps you, especially after battle. I didn't get to murder
Okay,
anyone.
wait.
Tib'resh,
real-
I didn't murder anyone.
I get it. Let me test this theory out. I slap Sugtok across the face. No, wait. Okay, I didn't.
I don't. Shut the fuck up, Tib'resh, and I walk away.
Tib'resh, roll damage for me.
Dude, you've got big hands.
Sorry, Garrett.
All right, hold
You
on.
like dislocate his jaw.
If this is 10 or less, it is broken my kink. If it is 10 or more, I am very horny.
It is exactly.
All right. All right. Yeah. No, I think you fixed me.
All right, let's just make sure these people.
Tib'resh's first conversion camp.
Oh boy. Okay, so we need to give these people some instruction to keep themselves safe once they are healthy enough to get out of here.
I mean, they're like human adults, right?
Instruction isn't really my thing.
The vast majority of them are what you would call puberty and beyond.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
my thing is, where do these people go, and do we have a place to provide them, or are they aware of places that
No,
they can go
we're on the road. We don't have a place to provide them.
to send them?
Oh, we don't have tiny hut prepared.
No, and we can't send them to White Rock because then fucking Icar's dad would know shit's out of whack.
That's
Well, they said they
worrying
would
about
throw their
Icar's-
lots in with the Ravens, and these are supporters of the Ravens.
Not
I mean, they could
necessarily.
go.
Yeah, not
They could go
necessarily.
work.
They could go worry, you know.
Supporting you
Fucking
guys
help
does not
out.
automatically mean they're ready to take up arms with you guys.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
How-
Send
well-
them somewhere else. We don't have to send them.
These people have only slapped us.
They've only
Slapped
slapped
you.
you.
They've only slapped you.
Us.
That was
Comrades.
pretty unanimous.
Speaking of Icar, Icar is actually gonna mill about the crowd and just sort of check in on people and try to sort of make sure that everybody's okay, and also do some information gathering.
All right, roll it.
Maybe we don't tell people that we're the Silver Ravens and we just ask around first. Because, like I said, there might be some anti-Raven sentiment boiling in the crowd because we're the reason their whole town just got burned to the ground.
I don't know what would give you that kind of feeling.
Oh my God, are you all right? I just happened to be passing by the village and there was smoke, and I saw a crowd running away. Oh, something terrible has happened. I must imagine.
Oh right,
roll me bluff.
Where were the people running from the city go?
Anywhere else?
Yeah,
surely someone.
Yeah, because evidently the 50 of them are coming with you for right now.
Fuck. Man, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Okay.
You're 140. Chill out.
Yeah, I still got a long time.
Did these armed strangers help you people?
You're getting a lot of conflicting stories coming from multiple sources in the crowd who are talking about how the soldiers were coming through and someone threw a rock at them, and then one thing led to another. Or one of them said that they saw the graffiti on someone's house, and then they started rounding people up, and then they got most of the working people in the village all tied up, and then they started posting people into the ground while the rest of them hid in their houses.
Yeah, these guys just had posts on deck, huh?
As part of that diplomacy check to gather information, Icar is made aware that Combrink was primarily a lumber-based town because of its proximity to the forest.
Oh.
So they actually have part of the area by the river is actually a sawmill.
Proximity to the forest. Didn't you say it was a day's walk away?
That's
as opposed to being a week away.
Yeah, I guess.
Excuse me, and Icar will sort of raise his voice a little bit. Excuse me. Could I have everyone's attention?
Yeah, what?
I know that things are a bit hectic right now, but I'd like to offer whatever aid that I can. I saw I saw a little bit of the trouble that happened. Do you need some place to go?
The crowd kind of erupts in a chorus of things along the lines of, well, my house fucking burned down, what do you think? Or Hell Knights are sitting in our town square, we're not going back.
One person at a time, please. Is there someone here in charge?
It kind of dies down and the people talk amongst themselves for a second. And then this large barrel-chested woman comes forward, creases across her face, gray streaks in her hair. Yes, I suppose I'm closest right now.
I've talked to the armed strangers who helped you. They're of the opinion that it really wouldn't be safe to go back now, especially with the Hell Knights there. But with their orders to return, with their orders to march on Kintargo, surely they won't tarry any longer than they have to. They're already made late.
She's just kind of staring at you, waiting for you to continue.
Well, if it wouldn't be so terrible, perhaps traveling with us and these strangers to further down the road to the next settlement, just to gain some supplies, and I have a modest amount of money. I could help with securing a contract for rebuilding supplies. What's the name of the village?
Combrink.
Combrink, I'm sure it could be good as new.
I can't believe you forgot the name of the village in the middle of your speech.
Well, I've only met these people just now, sir, stranger.
As you're winding down your thing, she goes, "You don't make these speeches very often, do you?"
I'm afraid I'm much more of a stone salesman than I am a leader.
Yes, well, when you're not busy selling something, feel free to lose the flowery speech. I don't think we're in the mood for it right now.
then I'll speak plainly. What can I do to help?
Yes. There's another village just another day or two down the road.
Oh, that's excellent news.
Yes.
Now get the fuck out.
What are you going to do about food for 50 people?
Pay
Yeah,
for it.
our party has plenty of travel rations. We would be happy
we
to
need
share.
those.
We have stocked more than plenty to go around.
Don't you? How many fruits can the sash make at this level?
The fruits can make... Excuse me.
Well, we got like at least 2 months worth of rations. So if this is
For
for
5 people.
Which for 50 people
That's
is going
10
to be
days?
for at least a couple of days.
Few
Nah,
days.
dude. That'll wipe us.
a couple.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
a couple of
we
days.
can hunt in the woods for a
Yeah,
bit.
we'll
Share
just need
some
to
meat.
hunt on our way back instead of eating rations, which kind of sucks. But
A number of times per day equal to character level of the person wearing it.
okay,
You
so
know,
Pyra can actually feed us 6 people per day. It'll be magic fruit instead of like salted meat. But we can give the rest of our rations to these people. I happen to have a cart here. Kyra, can you roll the cart up, please?
She does.
Wheels
And
and
she does, and Kyra has assumed her human form.
We have I happen to be traveling quite a distance, and I have some food here. I'd be more than happy to share it with you. For this multitude of people, I fear it really will only help you get to the next town. But
It's like you're doing a
my
Christopher Walken.
stores
This is
are
great.
open to you.
I have this food that I'm willing to give to you so that we don't have to worry about you.
I'm trying to enunciate loudly. Because
No, I
crowd
love
of
it. I'm a
people.
big fan.
I will
I don't
say,
want them to mishear me.
I love it.
in terms of leaving them to their own devices, I am relatively sure we have a little bit of gear around to, if they need a hunter or two in
They're
their
not-
group.
No,
Dude.
they're I'm
No.
sure they'll figure things out once they get to the next settlement.
Yeah, they'll buy a bow. Like we'll give them money for like a bow and some swords if like they have a weapon shop.
Yeah,
you know?
it's several days with 50 people that we're moving to the next city.
Fuck them. We literally just saved their lives.
Yeah, they
We
owe us
would've
their
gotten
lives.
killed in
So
here if we kept fighting.
we
So
fed
let's
'em.
just so we fed them, we cut our losses, and let's get the fuck out of here and head to Moderna vaccine or whatever the hell
they're-
they keep it called.
They're on the way. Like they're going to the next
Yeah,
town
we're-
we would have been
Yeah,
going.
they're
right?
going the same direction we're going.
Awesome.
Do we have to hang out with them? Because I don't want to.
We got to get them to the next town.
And if we go
Then we'll
west,
give them some
they're-
money to get back on their feet and say, pay us
Shattersong,
back.
you
in
have that
time.
marching song, right? Like that affects anybody
Yeah.
who can hear it.
Yeah, that's with. So that'll be able to get the whole group of us there a little bit faster. Song of Marching invigorates allies within 60 feet, who may hustle for the next hour.
As long as you're
Count
standing in
the
the middle
wall.
of the crowd, that'll catch everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
all-
it just lets them hustle. It lets them hustle without actually hustling,
Without getting
Uh,
fatigued.
and you can use 1 round of it per hour. How many rounds of
I've
raging
got
song do you have?
more than enough for a 12-hour march.
Yeah.
Through the
So,
day.
like, if you don't mind using up all your rounds of Raging
Not a
Song for the day, we can essentially hustle them all day without actually hustling.
What about hustling all night?
I mean, we
how
are
hard are
probably
these
going to
willing
need.
hustle.
Well, since we're hustling during the day, that doesn't actually count as hustling.
Well, it's
No.
nighttime.
Yeah, it's only every day that I'm hustling.
Ha ha.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. I mean, do we want to? How many rounds of Raging Song do you have left today?
Hold on.
Because we only did 1 round of combat or 2
Yeah,
rounds
I
of combat.
used 1 round of Raging Song.
And you
And they didn't
hustled earlier to get the cart here faster.
Yeah, you did use you did hustle to like
Yeah,
go
so,
around
well,
grab
it's
the
1 round per hour. So how
Right.
long did was it to get to town? 2
hour and
hours?
hour and a half, give or take. So
So we'll say
it would have used 2 more rounds
2
out of
hours
that.
each there, so 3 rounds have been used today. I can go 3 plus charisma modifier plus 2 for every. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I get 20 rounds per day. And
Okay.
I've used 4.
Well,
So I've got 16 rounds.
We could hustle this group all night if we really wanted to. We could just keep moving.
Just get to town.
We'll try to go as quickly as we can.
Can we hustle as far as we can and do a check-in on the group in like 8 hours? Like, hey, listen, is the song keeping you guys good? We good to get to town, and make sure the group is down for it before we do what we were worried the soldiers were gonna do.
Well, it lets us hustle, which lets us move faster. It still counts as walking for 8 hours. It just doesn't count as like running for 8 hours. So after like an 8-hour walk, they will need to stop.
Cool. So yeah, let's haul ass for 8 hours.
Maybe
and take a
before
little
8
break.
hours. They're not really trained.
Well, they're all farmers, and they probably got some stamina.
Yeah, and they know we're trying to escape Hell Knight, so we need to keep moving. We don't know that they're not going to pursue.
Okay. If everyone will form a nice orderly column, we will mix,
It needs to be like a circular group if Sugtok song is going to reach everyone.
Yeah. If everyone will become a Sugtok groupie for the next 3 days. Get close.
I know,
Day and a
it's
half.
hard.
Day and a half.
It's not.
And I know it's a day and a half, but I want them to be Sugtok groupies for 3 days.
All right.
Trust me, if they make
You're
it
getting
past 2, they'll make it a lifetime.
None of them will make it past 2.
I know. But we only need 1.5.
And once we've formed the groupie bubble, as long as there's no overwhelming objections from the crowd.
Most
We
of them
won't-
are very happy that they aren't making a march in handcuffs with a bunch of Hell Knights pointing swords and arrows at them.
Oh yeah, can we distribute rations, just marching snacks to everybody? Can everybody have like a beef jerky and a juice box before we get going?
You can probably dish them out on the go. However, that elderly woman from earlier also demands that a couple of the more firebrand-esque villagers that got captured were kind of, had the shit beat out of them, so they would cooperate, and they need to be on the cart because they're having a difficulty walking.
Yeah, well, can I go over to them and cure light wounds on these people?
Cure light wounds can heal a mend, it can't heal a broken leg.
Can I?
Yeah, that's fine.
How many of them?
I sail down out of the sky and take the reins.
I'm sorry, Garrett, what?
How many of them are hurt?
To the point of needing to use the cart, 5 of them.
Yep. Okay, I will blast through 5 first level spells and cure light wounds on all of them.
Okay,
I know it's not gonna make their broken bones go away, but just to try to.
they do feel better.
Just 9 points of curing to all of them.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna hop up on the horse and marching song.
Okay. And as you guys march off into the night, we're going to call it there.
This was a fucking insane session, y'all.
Yes, it was. And that's
Yeah,
why,
but nothing happened. Like,
Everything
that's so wild.
yeah,
I
it
love
was,
this
it was
game.
very insane. That's why you guys are getting 9,600 experience points for it.
Whew. I mean, we did initiate
That's
combat
level
with
9,
36 Hell Knights.
motherfuckers.
9,600.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 60.
You guys circumvented an impressive number of CR ratings here.
That was 78,500 then for total XP.
I'm doing my math here just to double check here. Yeah, 78,500. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what CR were those Hell Knights?
Hold on.
How close to dead were those 6 that got fireballed?
Depending on their level of saves, 2/3 or 3/4.
Beautiful.
Jesus.
So yeah, one more fireball. Like if they had done something sketchy and you had shot a fireball like right to where it hit those 6, could have melted them.
Yeah, but we all would have died. in
Well,
this
yeah,
scenario.
I mean, like
Very probably.
if they were like level 6 fighter Hell Knights, then they would all be making 2 attacks every round.
Yeah, we'd be fucked.
Yeah, you guys are not getting full experience for all 37 of them because reasons. But that's also because each Hell Knight was CR7 and the Elictor was CR11.
Holy shit. Guys, we walked into a TPK and didn't TPK.
Your fucking Intimidate stack is the only reason that you guys are probably not pin-cushioned with arrows right now.
Yeah, I literally was like, "This is a bad idea," and you guys were like, "No, we're the good guys," and I'm like, "Oh,
To be fair,
no."
at no point was it ever a good idea.
That's true.
Ugh.
We looked at this and
we
said,
did
this
not
is
make
a bad
it a good
idea.
idea.
I know
But-
this is a bad idea. I'm going
To
do
be
it anyway.
fair, I didn't realize that Luke was going to set it up that we were just going straight in and that we weren't waiting until they had actually broken to funnel all the prisoners together while they were camping.
Guys,
'Cause
this is
I had imagined that the plan was we were going to wait until they started dozing off.
this is some like real hero shit though. Like we saw 50 prisoners like just POW taken by Thrun and we're like, yeah, fuck that.
It is sick, but I don't advise doing it every time.
By the way,
9600
guys,
XP.
By the way, guys, 9600. Level 10 is at 105,000. Sorry.
Wow, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, 105,000
Oh, this
until
is
level
level
10.
9 though.
Yep.
Doesn't something happen at level 9? Isn't
Every-
that like one of those benchmark levels?
You get a feat because it's an odd level. And
I get a
you get a new level of spell. You get 5th level spells.
That's what it was for
And-
me. Yep.
I think Sugtok.
I get damage
no.
reduction.
Do you
I
get,
get-
do you get 4th level spells, or do you wait until
Um,
10?
I'm not sure, but I do get 1 point of DR. Just anytime I get weapon or natural attack damage dealt to me, it's -1 to the damage.
How many spells do I get per level up? It's one of each
I do
kind.
not
What's the
fourth
fucking
level spells
equation
is
there?
at 10.
Every time you level up, you learn 2 spells of any level that you can cast.
And level,
That's what it was. All right.
level
Time
no,
to dip into
he,
fifth level.
and Garrett gets level 4 spells at level 10.
Yeah, I get
okay.
a 4th, 3rd level spell, but that's it. That's useful though. I've had some fun with 3rd level spells recently. Yeah, I have Thundering Drums, Haste, and Mad
And
Functions right
you
now.
grant that damage reduction to anybody who accepts your rage.
Oh shit, that's awesome. So now when I go, and I get a rage talent. A rage feat
Yeah.
because of 9th
Yeah.
level.
All right. So before we get all into the level up and everything,
Improved up, like-
are we playing next week? I think Tim was the only one who was still not entirely sure yet.
I think I'm down, actually. I don't think I've got anything going. I gotta double check with Lauren tomorrow.
I have work on Saturday, but I should be done, and hopefully the power won't be out like it was today. It
No.
was fun because I was trying to get home, and all the lights on Highway 80 were flashing red because they didn't have power.
Oh, fun.
So everyone was treating them as the 4-way stops.
Yep.
Which, when you have a multi-lane highway with turn lanes, people don't really know how to treat that as a 4-way stop.
Yeah. Oof.
But yeah, let's do like a check-in. I guess
Okay.
Tuesday or Wednesday,
Yeah.
and see kind of how we're feeling.
Exactly. Oh, and also now Kyra can do 7 fruits a day.
Yeah,
Nice.
now I have to adjust her. We're at what, 78,500?
Yes.
So that's,
30.
I'll put her at 35, which is level 7, and then the difference being, okay.
Well, I'm gonna go hop into some Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Yeah.
But this was a
Yeah, me
this
too.
was a hella
honestly.
good session, you guys.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't believe we didn't die.
I'm probably gonna do some more grinding on Elden Ring.
Hell yeah. All right, Luke, phenomenal fucking dungeon running. Just we threw you massive curveballs and you turned it into a beautiful narrative.
Oh yeah,
So
you
good.
threw me a massive curveball. That's what happened tonight.
It was fun as hell, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys for an awesome session. That was super fun.
All right.
Thank you.
See you next time.